Hello, people of Earth! It's your pal, the Orbital Outcast, Rad Gnarly, coming your way with another low-key broadcast. Tonight, we're wrapping up the #1 contender tournament for the junior heavyweight title in the GWA as we play Fire Promoter Mode in Fire Pro Wrestling World. But first, I'd like to say hello to everyone in chat or checking us out on VOD. No matter where or when you happen to be in this great big old world of ours, we're happy to have you with us. We hope the day finds you well, and a quick shout out to Zed Walker. Nice to see you today. New viewer checking us out. All right. Before we get to our first card of the day, I have some title fights to talk about, so let's get down to the GWA Event Center. Hiya! Ooh, hang on there. Where'd you go? Title fights, Event Center. Oh, thank you very much for the follow, Zed Walker. Canadian. I'm Canadian, so I say Zed. If it's Z, let me know. All right, so tonight's title matches. Coming up in our first, we have two cards for you tonight. First, we have a major 10-match pay-per-view, and then our second card for the night is only 7 matches. Mind you, they're still going to be fun, we hope, as well as the semifinals and finals of our junior heavyweight #1 contender title, or junior heavyweight title #1 contender tournament. Yeah, just had to spell it out for me in front of my own brain. As well as the semifinals and finals today, we're going to see some title matches, starting with, I made some buttons here, so maybe see if I can do this on a stream back. Starting with, for the Legend Junior title, we're going to see Yohei, formerly of Pro Wrestling Noah, taking on reigning champion Jushin Thunder Liger. We're also going to see, hang on, we have some guests in, as Masahiro Chono will be putting the Legends title itself on the line against GWA roster member Keiji Muto. In our semi-main event, we're going to see the GWA Tag Team titles on the line. Zach's good? Oh, I used to work with the Zach Walker. Excellent. All right. Okay. Semi-main, the GWA Tag Team titles on the line. The Doldrums, the stable of the Doldrums headed by Raven. Here, soldiers Yuji Hino and Ray Phoenix will be putting the GWA Tag Team titles on the line against a pair of former GWA World Heavyweight Champions, Kenta Kobashi and Mitsuharu Misawa. And in our main event, our new junior champion, Mike Bailey, will be putting the belt on the line against Becky Lynch. Now, that's just our first event, already booked for our second event, but not quite filled in. And we have a Big Japan Tag Team title match coming up in event #2, as Dawkins and Ford, the Street Profits, will be putting the belts on the line against 2 guests that we're going to have to bring in from Big Japan proper. And then here's the big one that we're building for. The main event of tonight's broadcast, the main event of the second show that we're going to be broadcasting to you. Hang on, let me get the right button. Steve Austin will be defending the GWA World Heavyweight Championship against Hangman Adam Page. So that's our big main event we're building to. Let's get back down to the event center and right into our first card. Hiya! Let's get all fancified. Ba-doop, ba-doop. Oh, that was the end of the the alert there for the follow. Okay, as you can see, we have some exciting matchup. Starting with this, Dave Mastiff and Flamita. This is our first of 2 semi-final matches, and as we said, the #1 contenders tournament for the junior heavyweight title. There, I can kind of say it forwards and back. So Dave Mastiff, let's just check my text file of wonder here. Dave Mastiff beat Chris Statlander in the first round to get here. Meanwhile, Flamita. What was I calling him? Flamita defeated Bill Bullock, the convict Bill Bullock, the only, I don't want to say original, but the only non-real wrestler that currently remains in our Fed. Everyone else in our Fed has a real-life counterpart. Bill Bullock is one of the sort of the default roster members you start off with in Fire Promoter Mode that we've sort of hung on to. All right, that's enough of me jibber-jabbering. Let me get myself out of the way. Hooah! And let's get ourselves down to the ring for some semi-final action, and then we'll go down the card as we get to all these exciting matches. You're also doing Fire Promoter? Oh, I'm loving it. This is my first attempt on hard, so it's taking a little longer to be the top promotion in the world, but we're getting there. As always, the creature on feature when you walk down the gnarly wrestling aisle, the GWA. Hang on, this is taking a while to load. The only wrestling promotion with 3 silent letters for its acronym. There he is, your main man, our head official, Mr. Bigfoot calls for the bell, and we are underway. Dave Mastiff there in the red and black singlet, reminiscent of a Vader's attire. Of course, Flamita in the blue mask and blue camo. The winner of this will go into the finals of the #1 contender tournament at our next event. I think that's going to be third from the top, as we have some more exciting title matches headed your way for our what would technically be our, I believe, August show. This is our July show, year 6, here in Fire Promoter World. What a wrestling landscape it is. We are friendly with every other existing promotion. We have cordial working relationships with everyone. So we are trying to create ourselves a super group by featuring titles above and beyond the GWA promotion itself. Nice, getting in your custom theme songs and stuff. I would be doing stuff like that if I weren't broadcasting, because I don't want to be hit with too many copyright strikes or anything like that. Yeah, so for this version, I'm going to sort of base. I haven't even really modded it, to be honest. It's just sort of vanilla Fire Pro, but the generous contributions of the Steam Workshop community, my word. 5 digits and rising, like north of 60,000 entrants, have provided a fantastical wrestling landscape with probably 1,200 or so wrestlers across 17 promotions. As you see, Dave Mastiff, certainly the power-heavy contender in this junior heavyweight title tournament, just making the cut is Dave Mastiff. If we're strictly talking weight-wise, certainly has the ability to hang in there with anyone, whether they match him in weight or not. Nice super kick there by Flamita. He's normally high-flying Flamita, working the strike game against Big Dave Mastiff here, who goes back to the power. You can hear the effort he puts into each and every move, does Mastiff. Nice Enzukiri there from Flamita into Lamahi Strahl. Kick at 2 from Dave Mastiff. Still too early in the contest for any serious pin attempt, as we've just passed the 5-minute mark. Hang on, another roll up by Flamita. Getting closer to that 2 count. Oh, you downloaded yourself? Nice. Ooh. Step kick by Flamita and a beauty. Down goes Mastiff. Can't follow up though. Mastiff able to kick him away. Oh, Tequila Sunrise now. Variation of it by Flamita. Perhaps spoke too soon. Don't quite know the name of that one, but my word, does it look like it hurts. 3 points of contact there. Nice butterfly suplex by Mastiff. In response, Mastiff, formerly one half of the GWA Tag Team Champions with partner the convict Bill Bullock. He and Dave Mastiff comprising the Yard Dogs. Very successful tag team run. Hang on. Nice. Oh my gosh. Beautiful bridge on the German. Almost puts Dave Mastiff away. Flamita looking to capitalize, perhaps deliver that knockout shot. Mastiff fending him off, and well. Into an STF by Mastiff. We'll see more of that later with Masahiro Chono against Keiji Muto. That never-ending rivalry renewed here tonight for the Legends Championship, a belt we're trying to bring to the GWA. Nice rolling senton into the cover, and Flamita almost put down. Desperation super kick there. Again, can't follow up. Backbreaker across the knee from Mastiff. Firmly in command of this. Oh, now just powering down to the canvas once again. Hang on. What on earth? Fisherman Muscle Buster into a face breaker? He probably has a simplified name for that. But that's got at least 3 or 4 hyphens in the description. Another pump kick off the ropes. Flamita going back to that beautiful German. 2. No! Dave Mastiff rolls the shoulder and we fight on. Huge powerbomb and he folds into the cover. 2. Flamita escapes. Center of the ring this time. 1, 2. No! Flamita's out again. Things certainly heating up in this semi-final contest. Nice counter there by Flamita. Now setting Mastiff up in the corner, perching him on the top rope now. Spanish fly from the top! Flamita can't capitalize! Mastiff fights back to his feet, but he's dazed! May have been luring him in for another powerbomb! No! Flamita's out again! Double underhook backbreaker. Mastiff relentless. You see the hammer strike to the mask there. Both these men giving it their all. Mastiff with the rolling lariat. Drags Flamita away from the ropes. Oh, straight shot from Flamita. Dazes the big man. Gets sent off the ropes. Round and round we go. Flamita unfortunately can't seem to string more than a handful of moves together. Neither can Mastiff, but for his part, oh, his moves have incredible impact. So did that super kick, but Mastiff shrugs it off. Nice underhook on the exploder by Big Dave Mastiff. Looking to earn his first taste of singles success here in this #1 contender tournament. Trying to earn his way to the finals. A German from Mastiff this time. Flamita's out at 2. Oh, rolling senton slam. You can see what it's taking out of Mastiff. Barely enough for the cover. 2 and 3. That did it. Mastiff overpowering Flamita. And we've got our first finalist, Big Dave Mastiff. Bonk, bonk. Oh, hang on. Looks like I was dropping frames. Hasn't done that in years. That's fun. Why are you dropping frames on me? Oh, excellent. Please stop dropping frames. You have twice what the kilobytes you require. What is going on? Okay, I'm gonna try stopping the stream and starting again. Oh, never mind, it's gonna do that for me. Okay, here we go. This is, mind you, it was 99%. What are you doing? You can't even stop the stream. Awesome. This usually fixes things. Let's try this. Could not access the specified channel or stream key. There we go. Okay, we're back in the green. My apologies for that, everybody, if you missed the end of that one. Oh boy, we're having some issues. Okay, let me get back on screen. Again, sorry about that. We were having some issues with Twitch. I rebooted it, like I reconnected. I think we're okay now. My apologies if you missed the end of this one, but as you can see, Dave Mastiff in a stellar performance after a rolling senton, able to knock off Flamita and earn himself a spot in the #1 contenders finals. He'll be up against someone to be determined to claim a junior heavyweight title shot. Pardon, I'm still a little flustered from the internet difficulties, but I think they should be taken care of. Hang on one second whilst I update my text file of power. I mean my booking sheet essentially, as we get on to match número dos. Hey, good start. Got the crowd warmed up. Grab a stick of juicy fruit. Now we have the continuing sort of issues between the Standard, led by Bret Hart, and Raven's Doldrums, and also Raven has roped in the Undertaker to he sort of has a separate beef specifically with Bret Hart. So Bret Hart leads a stable called the Standard that Raven's stable is feuding with, and Taker has a personal issue with Bret Hart. So the end result is a tag team matchup. Representing the Standard will be Will Hobbs and Bret Hart taking on Raven and the Undertaker. Coming your way right about meow. a quick tab over to make sure that we still have internet. My word. All right, as always, the creature on feature, Mr. Bigfoot, calling for the bell, and we are underway. Powerhouse Will Hobbs in the orange, black, and white singlet. Raven in the cutoff t-shirt and jean shorts. There you can see Will Hobbs' partner and stable leader, Bret the Hitman Hart, on the apron. Oh, Zach, nice to see you. Glad you're still here. Big headbutt by Raven. There you can see his partner, The Undertaker. Sort of casual attire day for the Raven Undertaker team. Will Hobbs sent to the outside. A reminder, there are no countouts or disqualifications outside the ring of the GWA. As you can see, Raven trying to take advantage by grabbing a chair. Didn't quite hit the drop toe onto the chair. Oh! Now trying to work over the midsection of Will Hobbs with that steel, but Hobbs the wiser, getting it out of his hands as quickly as possible. Also amazing restraint shown there by Bret Hart and The Undertaker. Normally tag team partners are quick to swarm their opponents as soon as the action spills out of the ring. Frame drops won't stop you? I appreciate that. It was just some sort of inconsistent internet issue we were having, but I reconnected to Twitch, and we're okay now. Appreciate you hanging in there. Fingers crossed and knock on wood. Should be okay from here on out. As we see our first look at The Undertaker, former Hall of Fame champion. Brought a lot of prestige to that title. Now the secondary heavyweight championship in the GWA. Trying to climb his way back up the mountain for single success. Currently engaged in his own roadblock in this personal feud with Bret the Hitman Hart. Of course, Bret, I don't say he has no choice, but obviously he's going to involve his stablemates, or his stablemates are going to involve themselves, sticking up for their leader. And so Taker, normally one to stand on his own 2 feet, has reluctantly accepted the help of Raven and the Doldrums. This is all, of course, headcanon that I book on the fly. Will Hobbs now there against The Undertaker. Very quick meeting between the two, as Undertaker's quick to tag out. That's interesting. I would have thought Undertaker would have wanted to establish his dominance over the powerful Will Hobbs, but he leaves him to go tete-a-tete with Raven. Nice drop toe hold. Signature offense from Raven. And mind you, there's usually a steel chair involved. I'm not going to call it vintage. At least not yet. Perhaps if we see a quote-unquote old school. Raven with an early pin attempt. This is more to test the cardiovascular conditioning of his opponent than anything else. Will Hobbs still relatively new in the matchup. Nice spinning power slam. Goes to recover himself. See, Hobbs there may have thought he was onto something and legitimately had knocked the wind out of Raven. I still feel Raven was testing Hobbs on that first pin attempt. Nice double suplex there by the two members of the Standard. The excellence of execution and the powerhouse. A skills combination reminiscent of the original Hart Foundation. Absolutely, drop your roster in the chat if you would there, Zach. Love to see it. Nice double team powerbomb by Raven, and Taker now tagged back into the ring. Off the ropes comes the big man. Oh, may have been looking to drop a leg, but Bret quickly back to his feet. You don't want to trade strikes with The Undertaker. He is the most prolific striker in the history of carbon-based life forms. If you don't believe me, just ask him. Spikes him with a DDT. Big boot from Deadman Inc. Looking to put down Bret the Hitman Hart. Undertaker's style definitely here for a good time, not a long time. It's usually not too long into matches before The Undertaker's busting out his choke slam. Perhaps even the last ride, and we talked about the Hart Foundation earlier. That was a heart attack from Will Hobbs and Bret. Hobbs' first attempt at offense thwarted, gets the suplex off. Now we're seeing a little bit of Undertaker versus Will Hobbs. Undertaker retreated last time. What poise by Will Hobbs here on the delayed suplex on the dead man. And that is enough for The Undertaker as he quickly tags out to Raven. A lot of respect being shown to Will Hobbs by The Undertaker here, at least in the early going of this contest. We'll see how that, or if that lasts, as this drags on. Nice. That's a good start. So do you mind if I read this out loud? Just reading your roster here. That's real good foundational pieces. Ooh. Big shoulder bump there from Will Hobbs, Raven. All right, so Zach's told me that they have Mickie James with their TNA theme, Hardcore Country. Eddie, the Hall of Famer. Edge, Dominic Mysterio. I think it's Mustafa Ali. Tommy Dreamer, and Ciampa. That's a good cross-section of a bunch of different styles and stuff, too. Back and forth go Raven and Hobbs. Raven with a discus lariat, getting the better of that strike exchange. Perhaps rubbing salt in the wound. As we know, fellow Standard member Brody Lee uses that discus lariat as his finishing maneuver, but has unfortunately eaten a lot of pins in his last handful of contests representing the Standard. Kind of on the outs with the organization, at least beginning a little lack of faith in him, I would say. Or perhaps a little lack of faith in himself. We'll see him in action. We'll see him in action next against a debuting superstar. And I will tell you candidly that it's been privately said if he doesn't earn the win in this one, he might be sent on excursion to perhaps spend a few months touring internationally, see if he can perhaps hone his skills further. As the action spills to the floor once again, and now all four gentlemen are going to get involved here. No countouts, no DQ. This fight will continue as such until all the legal combatants are back in the ring. Looks like Undertaker's one of them, and he's just taking his sweet time. Raven having to fend off both Hobbs and Hart and doing a great job of it. Pile driver on Hobbs. Grabs a chair. As we said, it is more an alliance of convenience for The Undertaker to be teaming with the Doldrums in general, so I'm not too surprised that he's letting Raven fend for himself here. You're facing AEW, Raw, SmackDown, Hall of Fame, TNA, ECW. Nice! Raven effect to Bret Hart on the floor, by the way. Meanwhile, in the ring, huge spear in the corner to The Undertaker by Hobbs. Tagged in legally now, as Bret's going to want to shake off the effects of that stinging DDT from Raven. Big slam by Hobbs. And one Japanese promotion. Nice. So you sort of went with a tinier landscape. Or did a few companies go out of business? We started, and I'll show you the promotions once we're done the show here, because I've sent some of our roster members, as I always do, to some of our friendly promotions, and we're friendly with all of them. So we can take a look at the list of everybody we're up against. The only two promotions in my wrestling landscape that have folded are the WWE Hall of Fame promotion, and I had an International Legends promotion that also sort of went out of business. But that made sense, because like you would think all those stars and their salaries and stuff, there's no way they could afford them. So I'm trying to integrate the Hall of Fame and Legend titles into the GWA. I'm not trying to steal belts from existing promotions. I'm just trying to use belts that would otherwise lay dormant. And I'm trying to be a nice guy in this version of Fire Promoter, where I'm trying to be friends with everybody. I'm not trying to steal anybody's champs like I normally do. And we're also playing on hard. So, hang on. Huge boot by The Undertaker in there legally against Bret Hart now. I should remind you now that we are past the 20-minute mark in this tag team contest, that the submission attempts get more and more effective with each passing moment. Bret going up top. Undertaker not giving him enough time for whatever he had in mind. Yeah, he just chose 8 promotions. That's nice. That's a good place. All right, is it your first experience with Fire Promoter, so you're just sort of starting with a smaller pool? Or it's just easier to keep things more concentrated that way? Huge DDT once again by The Undertaker. He's been making great use of that throughout the duration of this matchup, especially against Bret. See, it causes Bret to retreat to his corner to get Will Hobbs tagged back into the action so he can suffer the same fate. Another vicious DDT by Taker. Tagging the master of such, Raven. We know all about that even flow. Leader of the Doldrums against one of the cherished members of the Standard. And things about to go from bad to worse for Will Hobbs here. Huge pile driver on the floor by Raven, and now he grabs a chair and waffles him in the back of the head. Perfectly legal outside a GWA ring. Meanwhile, in the ring, Bret's trying to keep Undertaker occupied, if nothing else. Now Brett's out to help his friend. All for naught as Raven fends them off. Back to work on Will Hobbs goes Raven. Oh, swats him again in the back of the head. And now one for Brett. Oh, it's another for Brett. Raven wearing out the competition with this steel chair. Figure 4 on the floor to Taker. That's not going to do anything but wear the big man down. We're looking for Raven to get back into this contest. He and Hobbs are legal. As you can see, Hobbs catching his breath in the center of the ring. Kind of leaving Brett to the wolves, but he's doing okay for himself, having separated the two opponents. There we go. Raven returns to the ring, and this thing should settle down back into a tag team contest. Pardon my lisp. Another huge discus layered from Raven, but it took a lot out of him. Both teams freshening up. Very relative term. Nearly 30 minutes into a tag team contest like this. As the issues between Undertaker and Brett are taking center stage. Taker with that huge clothesline. Hang on, Brett pulls him into a pile driver. Drags him away from the ropes. Brett trying to set Taker up. You know, eventually he's got to be thinking sharpshooter. Undertaker has that choke slam, and I believe this version of the edit uses the last ride as his finish. Oh my gosh, gourd buster from Will Hobbs to the Undertaker. What a showing for Will Hobbs in this one. Hanging and banging with one of the best of all time. Certainly the best big man in the history of the wrestling industry. The 6'10" Undertaker. Tagging out once again to Raven, who spikes Will Hobbs with a pile driver at the 30-minute mark. Huge discus lariat. Hobbs trying to fight his way back into this. Can't get the suplex off and is sent to the floor. Quickly back into the ring, but stuffed once more with another pile driver. Raven's gonna be too close to the ropes here. That allows Taker to get his hands on Brett. Oh no! I was distracted. I didn't see the even flow by Raven. Brett's got to tag out before he can help. But Hobbs escapes it too. Undertaker was running defense in case Brett wanted to break up the pin, but Hobbs got out under his own power. In comes Brett. Out goes Raven. Oh, nice suplex there. Caught him unawares. Oh my gosh, into the tombstone by the Undertaker. 1, 2, 3. I didn't even know he had that in this arsenal, but he just spiked Bret Hart with a tombstone, and that will do it. Alrighty then. Well, that was a corker. How'd we do on the score? 88, really? I would have put that in the 90s, but 80 something's fine. Pinning Brett as well. Statement made by The Undertaker. Let's see how Brett responds in the coming months. Okay. I mean, we have the next show mostly booked, so he might not respond next month, but perhaps I will put Undertaker's team against Brett's team in the Trios Tournament of Terror. That's right. Oh, wait. No, I have a show before the Trios Tournament of Terror, so they might get a little singles action before then. All right. Updated my Textio file. Moink. Save, because I save religiously after everything. Oh, here's a quick rundown of how we're doing. There you can see the progress. We're in year 6, month 7. We got home territory in America. We've just shy of $25 million in assets. We are super popular in America. We have no presence in Japan. We're doing pretty well in Mexico, and we have no presence in Europe. We're a strong style promotion. We're playing hard difficulty, and we are third in the world after 6 years. Normally I play this on easy or like normal difficulty, and I gotta tell you, you can hit, you know, it's especially using unsavory business practices, let's say like stealing champions and so forth, you can hit like best promotion in the world within like 2 years if you really put your mind to it. All right. Let's hope that Brody Lee is putting his mind to defeating the newest roster member here in the GWA. That's right, the almighty Bobby Lashley is now part of the Gnarly Wrestling Aisle, and his first task as a roster member is Brody Lee of the Standard, who, as we mentioned, is kind of on the outs or is losing the confidence of Standard leader Bret Hart, and has issued him the ultimatum that if he's unable to defeat Bobby Lashley, it is very likely he'll be sent on international excursion for a period of time. Okay. Oh, it's your first time playing it. Nice. Good for you. So other than that, did you leave everything like standard, like you left the rules as is? Do you adhere to, and the reason I'm asking this is that I give myself 3 strikes. In Fire Promoter, like you can only negotiate with one person per month, or you can only like try to hire somebody once, and like if you lowball them or just try once and they say no for any reason, like that's it, you can't negotiate with anyone else, blah 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 blah. To me, that's a little silly, so I usually game that aspect by just saving right before I try to, like, you know, hire somebody, and then if they say no, just go back and reload the save and try again. In normal playthroughs, like normal or easy mode, I would do that ad infinitum until they agreed. Maybe that's just on me, maybe that's a little unfair, but for the hard mode that I'm doing, I give myself 3 strikes. So if they say no 3 times, I gotta move on. And then I get a 3 strikes rule. So if 3 people say no 3 times, I'm not hiring anybody that month. Like, I just give it up. Just to save time more than anything else. All right, just like I've sort of rambled far too long, as we get to some singles action. Brody Lee representing the Standard, though who knows for how long, against the debuting full-time roster member, Almighty Bobby Lashley. Let's get down to the ring. Oh, nice. You got one modded file and the second one's normal? Awesome. So there you go. You get the sort of the best of both worlds. Bobby Lashley, excellent amateur wrestling style there. Nice takedown. Going to work. Making no mistake here. Bobby Lashley, who's previously appeared for us as a member, not even a member of the WWE, but as the title holder for the WWE before we were eventually able to wrestle that belt off of him and back into the promotion. There's a streak in this wrestling universe of someone gets a promotion's top belt and then they quit. So I've been trying month to month as best I can to return belts to promotions, and you're going to see that in our what is essentially the August show, the second show that we're going to be presenting today, when we have the Big Japan Tag Team belts on the line, currently held by 2 roster members of the GWA. We're going to try, well, we're just going to keep putting those titles on the line until 2 members of Big Japan can take it back. If you're wondering, the man who unseated Bobby Lashley for the WWE Championship and returned it to the WWE was Jimmy Uso. 9 million you're modded? Oh yeah, and the regular one you just start with your normal. Okay, like 200k, gotcha. Oh, if they say no, you can keep asking them. Oh, look at you and your mods, that's awesome. I had long established, like I'm pretty much rocking the same save file since this game was in pre-alpha or early access or whatever it was called. So at this point, and my like 1200 legit, I got like 1200 or more wrestlers, I'm a little hesitant because I feel like if I wanted to mod this sucker, I'd have to start over. Maybe one day when I exhaust Generation 2 of the GWA, maybe we'll do a Generation 3 where I go hog wild with the mods and maybe present some different camera angles and such, but I'm having a lot of fun with Vanilla Fire Pro as it is. Got a new version of Bobby Lashley, by the way. This is a different edit than the one we've been previously using. This one, certainly more accurate. Definitely has his face. Looks like a more accurate build. Those are definitely his long tights as well. Brody Lee just, I was going to say, trying to get a little bit of a break here by sending Bobby to the floor, but he pursues him to his own detriment as he's met with a gorilla press slam and a huge lariat from the almighty Bobby Lashley, looking to make an impression here in his first matchup as a full-time roster member of the GWA. You can gift other shows money and they can't say no? Oh my gosh, I would love that ability. I would give every other promotion a couple mil to start with so that I could make sure that nobody ran out of business for the first like 5 years of doing the universe. Because all I really want is a vibrant wrestling landscape of which I am a part. You know what I mean? I'm cool being, oh my gosh, huge doctor bomb there by Brody Lee. This fight is definitely earning its stripes here on the floor and will continue to do so until both men return to the ring. The only place, oh, the Darkness Lariat! All the way from the Dark Order into the face of Bobby Lashley, but unfortunately he was outside the ring. Retreating to the ring Might not be the wisest course of action for the Almighty One. Quick cover attempt by Brody. Lashley just able to escape. We saw that initial flurry by Bobby Lashley, but once this match spilled out to the floor, it's been all Brody until that huge spear. Brody's up and attacking. Hang on, did Bobby Lashley just brain himself on the turnbuckle? The AI tends to do that. Brody Lee able to avoid the spear that time. Adrenaline rush seems to have subsided. As you can see, every time Brody Lee stops fighting, he is sucking wind. Oh, yeah, that's smart. If you're already OP in terms of money and stuff, it makes sense not to just hire all main eventers. Fair enough. Huge butterfly suplex by Brody Lee. I thought this thing was going to be all Bobby Lashley from the first 5, but Brody Lee's really come back, especially with that on the floor brawling. Hang on. Nicely done by Bobby. Looking for a spear out of the corner and folds him in half. Into the cover. 1, 2. Brody escapes at 2. What a vicious spear out of the corner from Bobby Lashley. Hang on, here comes Brody. Oh, a big boot to the back of the head. Bobby doing what he can to slow this thing down. Just dropping under the canvas so he can catch his breath. Nice high back body drop by Mr. Brody Lee. Waiting for Lashley to stand. Gets caught with a running power slam. Huge lariat from Lashley. 2 in a row. Oh, a vicious headbutt by Brody Lee, and Lashley's busted wide open. Pulls him into a discus ripcord falcon arrow of sorts. Doesn't go for the cover. Brody Lee trying to finish Bobby Lashley off now that he has him bleeding. Bobby Lashley able to absorb the discus lariat. Brody fights his way out of the corner. This thing could go either way as we approach the 15-minute mark. Nice suplex there from Brody. A lot of fight still left in the Almighty One. Oh, huge scrap buster, aka the Boss Man Slam. Sends Lashley into the corner once more. Oh, just clubbering blows to the side of the head of Bobby Lashley. Working that wound is Brody Lee. See Bobby Lashley just trying to create a little time and space to catch his breath here. Fall-away slam. Impressive on the big man. Into another running power slam. Undeterred is Bobby Lashley. Not stepping back from his power game despite the blood loss. Don't worry about the mat. The blood absorbs the canvas and it makes the fight stronger. As you can see, Brody Lee turning Bobby Lashley inside out. Dr. Bomb! Too close to the... No! He's not! Too close to the ropes, but Bobby still escapes at 2. Turns Brody inside out with a vicious clothesline. Another fall-away slam from Lashley. Going into the corner for the longest spear on record all the way across the ring. Brody right back to his feet. Darkness lariat. Rolls him into the cover. 1, 2, 3. Brody Lee back to the wall with a huge win on the debuting Bobby Lashley. That's okay, Bobby. About 75-80% of the people that debut for the company lose their first match with us. So it's just kind of like welcoming you to the team, really. You darn tootin' that was a 5-star. Heck yeah. My word. Brody Lee making a statement with that. Wants to keep his jarb right where he is. Okay. Wowzers. Now we have some brewing issues between Shawn Michaels and Kurt Angle. So each have recruited a tag team partner for this next contest. Shawn didn't have to look too far as he's the leader of the Heartbreakers stable. So it'll be Shawn Michaels teaming up with his stablemate El Tejano Jr. to take on the Odd Couple tag team in our version of the mentor-student relationship, Darby Allin has been sort of paired with the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle, as we have no Stang, at least not in our Fed. So we're going to see Darby Allin and Kurt Angle against El Tejano Jr. and the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. Oh, that's nice. Give him a nice nest egg of 100K each. That's nice of you. Mr. Bigfoot calls for the bell, and we are once again underway. Darby Allin starting things off there with El Tejano Jr. I gotta tell you, once they made the like edit part creator and the move creator, like the possibilities for and production of quality edits has just skyrocketed. I tip my cap. Were I wearing one, I tip my bandana to those that contribute mightily to the success of a whole bunch of federations out there by producing all these wrestlers. So the Darby Allin, surprisingly, getting the power advantage on El Tejano Jr. to this point. Mind you, we're only in the opening minutes. Trying to keep El Tejano Jr. dazed and confused as Darby. Not giving him a second to catch his breath. Move, pull him back to his feet. Move, pull him back to his feet. And now we see a tag into Kurt. Oh, just so they can lure El Tejano in. You can see Kurt Angle celebrating in the ring. Just so they can lure Tejano to the floor. We'll see how long it takes Shawn Michaels to drop off the apron and help his buddy out here. No DQs or countouts. Fight will continue until Tejano returns to the ring. Angle's already there, but it looks like Shawn Michaels is creeping up on him. Oh. That roll-up's not going to help you on the floor there, Darby. Darby now retreats to the ring. This thing's going to settle down. Tejano immediately caught in that that release belly to belly, just thrown halfway across the ring by Angle, and there's a second one. Underhook variation that time. We've seen some excellent tag team tactics out of Darby Allin and Kurt Angle to this point, as they have kept both of their tag team opponents confused and have kept the advantage for the first 5 minutes. You see the quick tags between the two as well. Kurt Angle luring Shawn Michaels all the way over to the blue corner and then quickly tagging into Darby Allin to keep Shawn Michaels off his game, not knowing which of his two opponents he's going to be facing. Yeah, tell me about your top two, your big matches. Let's hear them. Go to the midsection there from Darby. Only slows HBK down for a moment, if nothing else. Nice roll-up attempt. Gets a no count. So Shawn Michaels slams Darby outside the ring. Quick tag to El Tejano Jr., who's now legal and could just jump off the apron. These two are going to fight on the floor legally. Shawn Michaels keeping an eye out, certainly in the periphery, for Kurt Angle and his move. There it is. As soon as Kurt Angle enters the ring, Shawn Michaels there to try to cut him off. To keep this at two singles contests, one inside the ring, one out. Oh, and Kurt Angle grabs a heel hook. Lickety split there. Shawn Michaels had to fight his way free. Meanwhile, on the floor, Darby Allin putting work in against El Tejano, but unfortunately for him, pin attempts don't count. Hang on, El Tejano with a powerbomb combination, a triple bomb to Darby Allin. Now coming to defend the honor of his stable leader, Shawn Michaels, for the ZF heavyweight title. Dominic Mysterio versus Edge. That sounds like an interesting matchup. Double suplex this time to Shawn Michaels.
10 minutes gone.
We've definitely brought Edge in for a GWA show. I don't think we've worked with Dominic yet. I'm pretty sure he's WWE for sure. If we ever lose the title again, or if it ever drops to the free agency pool or whatever, maybe I'll give him a title shot and see if he can earn himself the championship. Angle and Michaels, now you may recall, had a heck of a WrestleMania contest. Also an hour-long Iron Man match on Raw, if I'm not mistaken. tag titles. Ooh, Mustafa Ali and Tommaso Ciampa versus Mickie James and Eddie Guerrero? That is a heck of a tag team match as well. I'd pay a ticket to see that show. I hope you sell out whatever arena you're booking that for. Hang on! Super kick into the pedigree! The DX super combo, but this time done by Michaels and El Tejano. Doesn't quite have the same effect, but still painful. Kurt Angle able to get his way to the corner. Get Darby Allin back involved. Tejano going up top of the rolling senton splash. Trying to beat Darby in his own game, but wrong side of the ring. Angle's there to play defense and break the pin at 1. You know Darby Allin's going to be looking for that coffin drop. Quick tags, though, between Allin and Angle. As they once again attempt to send El Tejano to the floor. Unsuccessful that time. Tejano fights his way free and is back to his corner. In comes HBK. Huge double powerbomb to Angle. Michaels telling him what he thinks about him. Just a straight shot from the Olympic gold medalist. Nice suplex there out of old HBK. The Heartbreak senior citizen. I mean, he's not quite that old. Had to try to slow things down. Darby Allin didn't like what he saw there, eventually breaking up that headlock. Michaels able to avoid the takedown attempt. Sweet chin music! But too close to the ropes. Angle able to slide his hand under the bottom rope there. Some unfortunately poor ring positioning by Michaels. You can see his frustration as he just slams Angle outside the ring, unable to follow up as Darby Allin's cutting him off. Great teamwork there out of Angle and Allin once again. Darby making sure his partner could recover and get back into the ring. Tags on either side. El Tejano Jr. representing the Heartbreakers in there against Darby Allin, who looks to be setting El Tejano up for that coffin drop if he can help it. Oh, they went time limit draw, like 60 minutes? That's interesting. Big boot from Tejano settles that score. Darby able to snap him over that head scissors, but Tejano's legs under the bottom rope once again. It's kind of difficult to set your opponent up properly in the northern and southern quadrants of the ring. Darby Allin does a better job of it this time. 2! Michaels kicks the legs out, and the pin is broken. Oh, just 15. Okay. That seems a little... Okay, so you left most of the things standard then, I would say, like rule-wise and stuff. I usually turn off time limits, but it keeps track for you just because that's nice. And if you're watching and not necessarily playing, I recommend 125% speed because it's a more like this is what we're watching it on now, and it just seems like a more realistic pace. But you know, to each their own. There's a lot of little options you can choose here and there. Michaels defending himself with the sky-high elbow drop there into the midsection of Kurt Angle. I don't know how wise it is for him to turn his back on Darby Allin in that corner, but nicely done, fending off Kurt Angle, fighting his way all the way across the ring to tag in the fresher man. And here comes Tejano with a huge triple powerbomb to Kurt Angle. What strength! Hooks the leg deep. 2! Got him! As Shawn Michaels poses in the face of Darby Allin. El Tejano Jr. with a triple bomb to Kurt Angle in something of an upset. At least Tejano being the one to get the pin. On Angle, no less. Something of an upset. How'd we do? 93. That's good. That's good. Not perfect, but that's good. I gotta keep my, let me get back on cam. I keep my little text file I have here updated. How everybody did. You'll see it once we're done the show, because I usually use it to reference the other stuff we need to check out. Just to keep everybody up to date. Okay, here's what we got coming up. we have a title match. We have the other semi-final match in the number one contender tournament for the junior belt. We got another tag team match that's going to preview a future title match. And then we have three more titles to be defended on this giant 10-match supercard. All right, let's go ahead and save. I mean, we like to go all out for these big ones. As you can see, we are in a 65,000 seat arena. We've sold it out, packed to the rafters, and one of the matches that they are here to see is Legends Junior Champion Jushin Thunder Liger put his belt on the line against Yohei, formerly of Pro Wrestling Noah, now happily making their earning their living here in the GWA. Oh, Ali and Ciampa with the win! Congrats. As always, the senior official, Mr. Bigfoot, calls for the bell, and we are underway. Yohei in the long black and purple tights, in the multicolored hair. Jushin Liger in the full body suit, only exposing his hands. Liger, the junior heavyweight that brought the Legends Junior belt to the promotion, beating Tatsuhito Takaiwa in a barn burner to bring the Legends Junior title from the defunct Legends promotion here to the GWA permanently, as we are under no obligation to return it to a promotion that no longer exists. So it is now ours. So we have the Hall of Fame heavyweight, we have the Legends Junior, and later this card we are hoping to add the Legends heavyweight belt as well to the GWA roster of titles that you will see defended each and every week here on our broadcasts. Frenetic pace to start this one. Both champion and challenger snapping off moves. You see the suplex there from Yohei. Perhaps a bit intimidated. The multi-decade veteran Jushin Thunder Liger, done and seen it all inside a wrestling ring, has Liger with a double axe handle to the back of Yohei, still a relative newcomer. I would caution. You just said in the chat, Zach, that you're going to give Dom and Edge a rematch. That's 2 out of 3 falls. I would actually caution against that, because unfortunately the way they do... Hang on, frog splash here by Liger after the shot. Gets 2. Trying to wrap up Yohei early when I'm trying to offer unsolicited advice to my new friend here. 2 out of 3 falls matches that you like in the second and third falls, the two competitors keep whatever health they had remaining from the first fall, or the second fall in case it's the third. So the second and third falls tend to only last like 5-6 minutes, and the crowd doesn't really get into them because they tend to be pretty one-sided if like one wrestler is more beaten down than the other. I feel like if they went time limit draw, just give them a no time limit and just let them have at it. But that's just me. Again, it's your Fed, you do what you want, but I just want to sort of caution you that there's sort of a diminishing return. And again, the second thing to consider is that the percentage of audience satisfaction from just the final and deciding fall of a 2 out of 3 falls match will be the percentage that they count in your Fire Promoter total. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so if the first fall was great and it got like a 90, and then the second fall is like an 84, and then it actually goes to 3 and it ends up being like a 67 because it's really short, 67 is the overall rating for the match, and you're stuck with it. Just throwing that out there. As Jushin Thunder Liger is trying to throw Yohei out of contention for this title with that brainbuster that sends him spilling to the floor. Seen Liger making excellent use of that palm strike, the shate. I'm assuming it's the reason he has both of his hands exposed. Oh, nice counter there by Yohei. Unexpectedly spiking Liger with a DDT. I thought he was going to get planted with a brainbuster. Oh, but Liger's had enough. Vicious powerbomb, big body press coming. No, missile dropkick to the chest of Yohei. Yohei's got a bit of a mountain to climb to get back into this one. Straightforward dropkick there on the legend. Hang on. Counters a Liger bomb into a Frankensteiner. But Liger kicks out. Yohei hanging on after that Frankensteiner. But Liger able to kick at 2.9. Snap suplex into the turnbuckles by Yohei. But the champion's back to his feet first. Ducks the leg lariat. Oh, another vicious palm strike in the corner. Elbow drop to the small of the back, trying to seize up the torso of Yohei. Shooting star press to the back this time. Gets his La Magistral slightly wrong. Unfortunately, rolls him in the wrong direction. And negates the pin attempt. Fisherman Buster. Oh, Becky and Beth. Congrats. Quite the roster you're building. So you got Becky, Beth, and Mickey in your eventual ladies division, or just let them go into gender as I'm doing. Good stuff. Yohei giving it his all. Able to stop Jushin Liger in his tracks for the moment. What height on the dropkick, but that may have taken too much out of Yohei. Another vicious palm strike to the jaw of Yohei from Liger. Nice head scissor takeover there once again by Yohei. Keeping the champion rocking and reeling here, looking to put him away. Oh, and once again ducks the leg lariat. Does Liger. Nice back spin kick. Yohei's finishing maneuver, a beautiful top rope aerial assault. I believe he calls the bamboo dragonfly. Liger jumps over top. Vicious clothesline from the veteran. Up he goes, and there it is! 1, 2, 3, got him! Yohei wins the belt! We've got a new Legends Junior Champion, Yohei! Good on you, Yohei. Nicely done. Oh, it lets you set up rivalries and stuff. That's cool. So you can do that like out of it. Is it that big thing that's like a bunch of cascading red windows? Because I feel like that's the mod suite like to go with for sure. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we have ourselves a new champion crowned. Let's check on the percentage. 96%. What a show so far. The lowest rated match so far as we're halfway through is an 88, so even that was close to a 90. Wunderbar. Bamboo Dragonfly, we called it. New champion. Oh, let me also update the champion portion of this. As he becomes, does Yohei, the 10th junior champion in the company's, or in this Wrestling Universe's history. Yeah, good stuff. His first reign as such. Ba-doop. Yeah, the other 8 champions before Liger took the belt weren't part of our promotion, so it's part of our title history, but I haven't really like updated it. Just general stuff for now. Okay, back up to this. We have ourselves another the second of 2 semifinal matches. Okay, so the first one was won by Dave Mastiff. You can see his name right there next to me. Yeah, for match number 1, the one that Dave Mastiff won. And he will be facing the winner of the following contest in our other semifinal matchup. Buddy Murphy, representing the tag team the Mad Buds, normally tagged up with Mad Polly, will be taking on Dragon Rojo Jr., a former multiple-time GWA Junior Heavyweight Champion, as well as a stable member of Shawn Michaels' Heartbreakers, along with El Tejano Jr., who we already saw pin Kurt Angle, Shawn Michaels himself, and Flamita, who Dave Mastiff defeated to make the finals. We'll see if he has another Heartbreaker opponent awaiting him, or a Mad Bud, as it's Buddy Murphy and Dragon Rojo Jr. Let's get on down to the ring after I save it and get my big dumb face out of the way. Wah! Nice. So you got Becky and Beth coming in a rivalry. That's a solid rivalry to start with. Good stuff. As you see Buddy Murphy in the red shorts with sort of flames cut out of the bottom, I guess. Buddy Murphy in the raggedy red shorts. In there with Dragon Rojo Jr., the maroon and gold. Also the masked of the two wrestlers. Both of these gentlemen, former GWA Junior Heavyweight Champions. Let me just check the title records really quick. I believe they are both former two-time Junior Heavyweight Champions, part of the two-time club, along with Ilya Dragunov and current champion Mike Bailey. So both of these gentlemen looking to be the first three-time Junior Heavyweight Champion in our company's history. Buddy Murphy going for an early pin, as we said. Very difficult to line your opponent up properly in the northern and southern parts of the ring. I don't know that that would have ended the match even if he'd gotten a successful pin attempt. Hang on! Double stomp to the chest by Dragon Rojo Jr. First major flash of offense from Rojo, and it is a doozy. Double stomp off the top.
Give up.
Trying to stretch out those abdominal muscles further with that submission attempt, but Buddy Murphy able to just turn it into a hip toss. Back to work on the midsection goes Rojo with that stiff kick. Trying to kick the oxygen out of the lungs of Murphy, perhaps. All he has to do is keep him down for a 3 count, and he's on his way to the finals to face Big Dave Mastiff at our next show that we're going to be bringing you later tonight, matter of fact. As we see another submission attempt at a Dragon Rojo Jr. there, but too close to the turnbuckle. He was actually leaning his back against the turnbuckle there. And so that caused a rope break. Rojo putting on a bit of a clinic here in the opening minutes once he got that advantage. Definitely working it for all he's worth here. Nice headbutt now by the former two-time champ. Not mind you, I could say that. But both these athletes, 2 count on Buddy Murphy, and we fight on here. Murphy off the ropes, looking to do some damage, missing with that attempted head scissor takeover. Gets caught in a spine buster by Dragon Rojo Jr. Dead center in the middle of the ring, hooks the leg. Able to kick it too. Oh, those Kawada style kicks from Buddy Murphy. Dazing Rojo. Gets him sent off the ropes, big drop kick to the chest. Dragon Rojo cutting Buddy Murphy off with a big suplex. Right back in command. Sliding drop kick to the face of Buddy Murphy. The calm, cool, and collected Dragon Rojo Jr. signaling to the crowd that this is it. But that might light a fire under his competitor here. Back to the Kawada kicks. I don't know how heavily padded that mask is, but that big boot sure brought him down. Able to dodge the low drop kick is Buddy Murphy. Not the super kick though, hooks the leg once more, 2. Dragon Rojo Jr. doing an excellent job of controlling the pace and dictating the action with that 619, dial it up. Buddy Murphy trying his best to get back into this at the 10-minute mark. Flips him into a DDT off of his shoulder. 2 and, oh my gosh, almost dims the lights of Dragon Rojo Jr., but we fight on. Buddy Murphy fighting his way back. Drop kick from Dragon Rojo Jr. settles that strike battle, but both men are up at the same time. Another over-the-shoulder DDT. 1, 2, no! Rojo escapes once again. Aggressively taken down there by Buddy Murphy, who stops a moment to think about it. Hang on! Steals the jumping bomb from the arsenal of Dragon Rojo Jr. And no! Rojo's out at 2 once again. Now things are all Buddy Murphy. Another shift of momentum. Hang on. Now here's one from Dragon Rojo Jr. himself. 2, 3. Got him! Dragon Rojo Jr. withstanding that last-ditch effort from Buddy Murphy, able to drop him with that jumping powerbomb and land himself in the finals. It's going to be Dave Mastiff versus Dragon Rojo Jr. in your finals. Hang on one second. Just updating the old text file as I do. Now, how'd we do? 88. All right, acceptable. Acceptable. Not the best, but acceptable. But our finals are set. Dave Mastiff, Dragon Rojo Jr. One half of the Yard Dogs, Dave Mastiff, regular tag team partner Bill Bullock, will be facing one half of the Junior Achievers, Dragon Rojo Jr. and El Tejano Jr. That'll be a fun one. Plus, it's another heartbreaker matchup for Dave Mastiff as we save this once more. And go on to a featured tag team contest. In our next show, Stone Cold Steve Austin is going to be putting the GWA title on the line against Hangman Adam Page. So as a preview of that coming matchup, we've got tag team action for you. Steve Austin and longtime friend William Regal are going to be taking on the tag team of Adam Page and the Best Bout Machine, Kenny Omega. Omega in the long trunks and green. Austin in his traditional black. Mind you, he's got red knee braces on tonight. Starting things off here after Mr. Bigfoot calls for the bell. See Adam Page, the #1 contender to the GWA title that we'll be seeing challenge Austin for that belt next month. Still on the apron there. GWA champion Steve Austin electing to start this contest out. Doesn't care who he's across the ring from. He just wants a good fight. As you can see, longtime ally of Austin, William Regal, looking on from the apron. These are 2/3 of our current reigning Trios champions here in the GWA. The Trios belt being defended, or actually earned, once a year in the annual Trios Tournament of Terror. It happens each and every October. Hang on! V-Trigger from Page and Omega. I guess it's the Golden Trigger from the Golden Lovers. Stunner rock bottom combination out of Regal and Austin. In response, some very effective tag team maneuvering in the opening minutes of this contest. Hangman Adam Page looking to test the mettle of Steve Austin, but so far they've managed to avoid each other, mind you. Again, we're only a few minutes into this one. Quick one count. Omega didn't think it worth getting into the ring. Had full confidence that his partner would kick out, much like Adam Page in that scenario. Nice elbow strike by Regal, sending Omega to the floor so he can move all the way across the ring to get Austin tagged back in. We're back to the 2 men that started the matchup, Steve Austin and Kenny Omega. Steve Austin, the reigning GWA World Champion, having defeated Mitsuharu Misawa for the honor. Hang on, roll up. La Magistral, center of the ring, just gets a 1 count, and now Austin applying that Austin Crab. He's won many matches with this. A new backup finisher for the stunner he's employed in his GWA reign. Main event spinebuster to Omega. Oh yes, I was talking about the Trios Tournament of Terror. The tournament that we hold every October here in the GWA. That'll be coming up next week. That'll be your main event of next week. An 8-team deathmatch tournament. Last team standing wins the Trios Gold. Splits $666,000. And each individual member of the team gets a title shot of their choice in the next calendar year. The reigning team is Steve Austin, William Regal, and Ilya Dragunov. And I can tell you that all 3 gentlemen cashed in their title shots and were successful in earning the titles in those title shots. Steve Austin, the only champion still retaining that belt. William Regal, a former Hall of Fame champion because of his Trios win. And Ilya Dragunov regaining the junior title thanks to an opportunity afforded him by winning that Trios Tournament of Terror. The only way to guarantee a spot in the Trios Tournament of Terror is kind of to win the one previously, as all three members have to team up against one another to potentially defend the straps, should all three members still be on the roster of the GWA, that is. On your show, Seth and Becky isn't a thing? Yeah. I like it when they just... It's okay to dip into every once in a while, but I don't want to know everybody's private business as a wrestler. Like, I'm okay not knowing who's dating whom. Yeah. Did Beth steal her man? Tell me how the rivalry started. This is fun that they can add some flavor text and stuff like that with whatever mod you're using. I'll have to check those out. Again, I'd have to start my collection of wrestlers over, I think, which is the only, like, significant drawback. Some of the characters I have, I don't know if they're on the workshop anymore, to be perfectly honest. Because some of them, or all of them, I download. Like, I make a copy myself from whatever I download off the workshop, just so I can prevent that from happening. As we see Omega and Austin once again mixing it up. Haven't really seen Austin and Paige too often in this tag team contest. Those two will square off in a singles matchup for the GWA title, coming up in the main event of tonight's second event. Second of two cards we're presenting. It's a major and a minor this week, so a 10-match card and a 7-match card. We're in the second half of the 10-match show. Got a couple title matches to come after this. Peggy broke into Beth's house. Oh my gosh, way up in the mountains. Must have terrified those kiddos. Nicely done. Great assist there by Omega, helping out his partner as we finally see Hangman Adam Page tete-a-tete with Stone Cold Steve Austin, who misses wildly with that chair shot. Page not missing with that butterfly suplex, but Austin rolls through. Turns him inside out with a clothesline. And then a rolling elbow from the number one contender. Some cowboy shiz from the Hangman. Austin has enough of it, and here comes Regal. Page likewise tagging in Omega. A little something for Page to think about on his way out to the apron. Stunner rock bottom combo. When Beth came inside, she saw Becky near Beth's kids. Oh my gosh, yeah, that would do it for me. Get away from my kids. Break in their house, start goofing with your kids. Them's fighting words, or them's fighting actions. Roll up by Omega to Regal. Center of the ring. Solid 2 count, but both tag team partners were content to wait on the apron. Nice exploder suplex off the ropes by Regal. He's got a handful of ways he can put you away. Regal cutter, Regal stretch, Regal plex, power of the punch. We know you do not want to give up back control to Kenny Omega because he's going to land that one-winged angel. I'm sure there's an audio clip that needs to go with that, but we just don't play it. Ah, the rivalry history you just came up with. Okay, love it. Little headcanon stuff. Yeah, that's a little sugar on top. The icing on the cake when you play Fire Promoter is kind of how things get booked and how things turn out. You can kind of build rivalries outside the ring and have them settled in the ring, or you can build rivalries from in the ring actions and have that drive your booking style and so on and so forth. Or you can just book fantasy matches. Anything you want to do. To me, it's like, I was never an action figure guy, so I never had a figure fed. Like, I never like bashed my toys together or anything like this. But as a grown man, I'll for sure hang on. Got him! Oh, but Austin absorbs it. The buckshot lariat from Hangman Adam Page. Anyway, it's nice that you're able to like fully customize, play the game how you like, which is what I like about Fire Pro the best. You can pretty much do what you want, more or less. Like even with the especially with mods, but even with the base game, you have if you just enjoy wrestling, there's a lot of things you can do to sort of sim wrestling, and I even mean that if you're actually actively playing the game, because even the way the matches sort of turn out, even as a participant, it's definitely a more, I'm not going to say it's a fully realistic style, but it's certainly more realistic than some of the other titles you can see out there. Nice cross-legged brainbuster there by Omega. You do not want to give up back control. Poison Rana to Austin. History of neck problems, 2 in a row. Spiked him near his own corner, though. Let's see if he has enough time. He does not. Cannot prevent the tag. They wanted to get Hangman Adam Page in there, much to his chagrin. Another stunner rock bottom combo. Half and half suplex from Regal. Eddie and Mickey will get a rematch, but if they lose, they will never get a title shot as long as Ali and Ciampa are champs. Love it. There you go. Unlimited time between Edge and Dom. Excellent. Building those rivalries. Into the Regal stretch. He's got him in the right corner, and that is it. William Regal submits the #1 contender right in front of Steve Austin ahead of their championship match. What is this going to do for the confidence of Hangman Adam Page? Oh my. I mean, at least it wasn't Austin that did it. That would be fully demoralizing. This is only partially demoralizing because he did end up losing the match. Ideally, it would have been like Regal and Omega involved in the finish. If I could book, but I do what I can. And we get the matches we get. Plus, it was in the 90s, so I can't complain. All right, we have 3 title matches for a triple main event coming your way of the first card, and then we're going to check on our buddies, see what they've been up to in other promotions. And I have a note here that I need to check my television broadcast deal. I don't know what that's about. It might have something to do with the rule set that I choose for the Trios Tournament of Terror next week. And then we're going to present our... Actually, no, I can't show you yet. I'll show you when we're done the show. Who else we're going to be... The England stretch. Fair enough. Okay, we're going to overwrite that data, and as we said, it's time for our triple main event. We got 3 title matches coming your way, beginning with the Legends Championship title, currently held by free agent Masahiro Chono. We are renewing one of his oldest rivalries when Keiji Muto steps up to the plate to try to win that title and bring it to the GWA. And we couldn't be happier that you're strolling down the gnarly wrestling aisle with us this evening. Let's get on down to the ring after I obsessively save it one more time. Badoink. As always, the creature on feature when you're checking out the GWA. Mr. Bigfoot is going to call for the bell here. And we are underway. Muto and Chono. Muto in the multicolored long tights and the white goatee. Masahiro Chono, typically dressed all in black. Oh yes, the Becky and Beth rivalry that you outlined for me sounds quite personal. The opening gambit is to break into her house and start, like, even if she was just, like, being nice and, like, spending time with her kids, you don't break into somebody's house and do that. That's super creepy. Should lead to some good matches. Legends title on the line in this one. Masahiro Chono missing with that spin kick. Gets caught in a leg lace there by Muto, who's going to want to ground his opponent to either hit a shining wizard as they try to stand back up, or to lock them in that deadly figure 4, though he has been known to bust out that moonsault on occasion. Despite being 60 years of age, he can still nail that backspring elbow. Masahiro Chono, of course, a master of, well, I guess it's just a front kick, but growing up, and you can't call it this anymore, it was the Yakuza kick, the big boot to the face, and of course, a master of the STF. As you see, he deftly avoids the handspring elbow, but not the dragon screw from Keiji Muto. GWA roster member and leader of the Squared Circle K, a valiant stable, 4 members each. All my stables have 4 members each. All 4 members of the Squared Circle K have a first name beginning with the letter K. Stable leader Keiji Muto is joined by Kazuchika Okada, Kairi Sane, and Keith Lee. Yeah, Beth is going to have the strength advantage in probably any match when she's up against another female competitor, I would think. Well, there's probably a handful that could probably go toe-to-toe, but by and large, she's going to have the strength advantage, just based on her background, for sure. But Becky's definitely more sneaky, more, I don't know, I want to say more agile. Yeah, more like sneaky, more tricksy. Plus, it doesn't matter how big or strong you are, you get that disarmor locked on and you're in trouble. As we might see later tonight in our main event, as our very own version of Becky Lynch will be taking on our current GWA Junior Heavyweight Champion Mike Bailey in a match that Bailey requested. Hang on here. 2 count on Chono by Muto. Mike Bailey earned his #1 contendership spot by defeating Becky Lynch and subsequently won the belt. Hang on, Shining Wizard by Chono! Into the cover, 1, 2! Muto kicks it 2. Looking to add insult to injury and beat Chono with his own hold. Or excuse me, beat Muto with his own hold is Masahiro Chono. Anyway, once Mike Bailey won the GWA Junior belt, he was so impressed with the effort and fight brought to him by Becky Lynch in that #1 contenders match that he is awarding her the first title shot in your first of 2 blockbuster main events for the 2 shows we're going to be bringing you tonight. Another Shining Wizard, this time to Chono. Muto hooks the leg. Only 2. Mike Bailey himself, I should mention, a member of the Standard along with Bret Hart, Will Hobbs, and Brody Lee. Trying to set the standard both for athleticism and sportsmanship here in the GWA. Trying to do everything the right way, as they call it. Muto eats a powerbomb, but is able to reply with another in a series of Shining Wizards to the dome of Chono. Oh, see? Becky trying to get DQ'd. They have till 5. Got a 5 count in the ring. Going up top. Missile dropkick. Ended up being a low one. Missile dropkick to the knee. Chono now slowing things down with a sleeper. Somewhat out of desperation. It's been a lot of Muto the past couple of minutes here. Another low drop kick there by the challenger. Going up top once again. High-speed moonsault to the back of Chono. Much to the crowd's delight. And hang on, Shining Black. The step up. Yakuza kick. Almost knocks Muto out. I don't know what else to call it. It was a Yakuza kick most of my life. And then apparently that's obviously inappropriate, I guess. Enzigiri by Masahiro Chono. Put everything he had into it. Now creating a little distance so we can catch his breath by tossing the title contender outside the ring. Legends title on the line. Muto trying to bring the belt to the GWA. Chono trying to remain champion and a free agent. Muto able to fight free of that STF applied by Chono. Got to be a confidence boost to the challenger. Moonsault. 1, 2, 3. Got him. Keiji Muto wins the Legends title. And another belt belongs to the GWA. I mean, congratulations, Keiji Muto. Let's not get that twisted. But yeah, we got another title we can do full time. Okay. Muto defeats Chono, and it went over 90. Okay, so that's a title I need to add to my title history portion of my text file later, because I have to research who all the previous champs were. We're also filling out our next show as we do this one, because the Legends title is the title that I wanted to bring to the promotion to defend in the opening match of every single show. Like, I don't care who's, like, it's not that I don't care who's champ. It's not I'm not trying to build long-term champions with the Legends title. I just want, let's open all of our shows with a title match now, and we can do that now that we have the Legends belt. So congratulations, Keiji Muto, new champion crowned. Rounding body press, like they're not even going to call it a moonsault. All right, and that's the first of 3 title matches rounding out this card. Coming up next for the GWA Tag Team Championships, the Doldrums, led by Raven, who we saw earlier tonight, And in this case, represented by the tag team champions Yuji Hino and Rey Fenix, will be taking on a pair of former GWA World Heavyweight Champions in Kenta Kobashi and Mitsuharu Misawa. This one is likely to be hard-hitting. Just throwing that out there. All right, let me get out of the way, and let's get down to the ring. Ooh, Beth kicked out of the manhandle. Noise. Things are getting intense over there. Just as things are soon to heat up in this tag title contest. Kenta Kobashi starting things off in the black and purple, and they're against one half of the tag team champs, Yuji Hino, in the black and white trunks and the black and red trim boots. Yuji Hino, a practitioner of what he calls the effing bomb. Oh, he doesn't censor it, but I will. The effing bomb, which is his version of the last ride power bomb. Kenta Kobashi with, again, a handful of moves in his arsenal that could end the night for you. The least of which being the burning lariat, the burning hammer, the orange crush, the brain buster, the moonsault, any and all of those. Speaking of many ways to take you out, any elbow strike from Mitsuharu Misawa has the potential to end the match. Oh my gosh, nice counter out of Hino. Wait a minute. Misawa able to somehow absorb that and stand back up in midair. I guess the move was you have to get suplex and then counter it. Much like the move is you get stuck in a headlock and then Muto does that wrist lock instead. All right. Pretty impressive, as we talked about. Varying elbow strikes virtually from any angle. Misawa can knock you smooth out. To say nothing of his Tiger Driver variations, to say nothing of the Tiger Suplex, and his pièce de résistance, the Emerald Flosion, or Emerald Flosion. Sort of a sheer drop body slam, in a manner of speaking, as the action is fully spilled out to the floor now as Kenta Kobashi and Rey Fenix, respectively, have joined the fray. Here you see, if I didn't mention it before, Mitsuharu Misawa in his typical emerald and white, and Rey Fenix there, who just got spiked with an Emerald Flosion, the only masked competitor in this fight. One half of the tag team champs was stablemate Yuji Hino. Past the 5-minute mark, and a beastly double powerbomb to Kenta Kobashi on the floor. We have settled back down. Yuji Hino and Mitsuharu Misawa are the legal fighters. Hino now has seen enough, and in comes Rey Fenix for the first time legally. He's about to face off against Kobashi, who spikes Hino with a second Emerald Flosion, assisted by Misawa that time. Nice delayed suplex on Fenix. Fenix sort of the odd man out. A lot of strong style power game in the other three competitors. Definitely a more lucha speed and agility based approach at a Rey Fenix, which could be just the disruption needed to overcome the two challengers. We shall have to wait and see.
Give up. Give up.
Rolls into the cutter from Fenix. Quick kick out at one there, and tagging back into his championship partner Yuji Hino as Fenix. May I still do commentary on my match? Oh yeah. Like in the chat? Absolutely. Not bothered at all. I like being kept updated. Do you have a regular streaming time that you're going to be putting this on the air, or is this more of a private thing? Oh, Tiger Driver 98 right out of the top of his head! Almost had new champions! Yuji Hino just escapes! Anyway, I'll have to say if you have like a regular streaming slot or whatever. I don't mind plugging it. Give you a shout out. Oh, vicious elbow to the back of the head of Hino. Challengers firmly in command here. Ooh, Becky kicked out of a Gland Slam. That's like they're doing WrestleMania main events over there. Into the Emerald Flosion, straight into the leg hook pin, but wrong part of town. Fenix lickety split in there to break up that pin attempt. That would have been sure disaster. Oh, you stream at random times? Fair enough. Fair enough. But if anyone's out in the lookout... Oh, tilt-a-whirl! Round and round we go into the Destroyer by Phoenix! 1, 2! Misawa saves the matchup. Most assuredly. Some heavy-duty offense out of both squads here. Looking to end this thing early. Nice counter by Kabashi, taking back into Misawa. Both of these Japanese legends, as we mentioned, former GWA World Champions. Anywho, if you're looking for more Fire Pro Wrestling streams out there, anyone within the sound of my voice, give Z or Zed Walker 03. Check them out. Give them a look-see. Beth taps at 17 minutes. Oh, Becky! Good work. I mean, interesting. Beth needs some revenge there. Broke into her house and beat her in the first match. Misawa somehow able to roll through and absorb that Destroyer. Looked a little disoriented. I think he was trying to make his way back to his corner, but was heading to the opposite one. Phoenix trying to freshen things up with a quick tag, and just might do the trick with the effing bomb from Hino! Into the cover, but too close to the ropes. That's going to be broken up. Bit of a lucky break there for Misawa and Kabashi, as Misawa is able to drag himself to the corner and tag Kabashi into the matchup. Quick pin here by Hino. Must know something we don't. I didn't think Kabashi was all that beaten down. Nice exploder there by Yuji Hino. Back into another cover. Misawa in for the save, but hang on! Eats an exploder from Phoenix! Burning lariat to Hino! But he pops back to his feet! Second one can't keep him down. Hino absorbing these burning lariats. Oh, perhaps not the third. Kabashi looking to finish things. Brainbuster, center of the ring. Can't follow up in time. Hino scrambles back to his corner. Ray Phoenix legal. Kenta Kobashi legal. Hino with the roll up to save the titles. Oh, I don't know if Misawa saved him for Kabashi kicked out, but Misawa's paying for it. Effing bomb. And then a brainbuster to Phoenix, center of the ring. Hooks the leg deep. 2. No, Phoenix escapes.
1, 2, 3.
Oh! Ray Phoenix out of nowhere. With "You've got to be kidding me." Was that a Tiger Driver to pin Kenta Kobashi? You have to check the tape on that one. What a title defense. And yes, it was. I thought so. A Tiger Driver. Oh, thank you for the stretch. Oh, no. Made me kick. Maybe hit one of my lights. Oh, boy, oh, boy. Man alive. That was intense. Our tag team champs are nigh unstoppable. All right, time to take a little sippy do. Okay, so Hino and Phoenix defeating Kabashi and Misawa. What a crazy tag team championship run these guys are having. Okay, and Kabashi took the fall. Ray Phoenix pins him with a Tiger Driver right in front of his partner. 90. I think we're going to end up at about 90 overall. I'm okay with that. Title defense. Whew. Okay. Now it is time for the main event of the first show, and then we're going to book the second one and then run the second one. Let's just save this real quick. And in your main event for the GWA Junior Heavyweight Championship, Speedball Mike Bailey, representing the Standard, is going to be defending the belt against Becky Lynch. Let's get down to the ring for this one. I already saved it, but I'll save it again. Can't help myself. Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, goading her into a fight and then spending the first part of the match trying to get intentionally DQ'd was absolutely mind games. Becky is positively evil in this feud, for sure. I gotta tell you, Zach, your Becky is diabolical. It's for sure. That sounds like she's trying to get DQ'd in a certain way. Another thing, like if I was solely a Fire Promoter streamer, and I call it Fire Promoter streamer because that's kind of the only version of this, or the only game mode that I stream, I would probably I'd probably write up a mock newsletter, do like a fake website where I could do like match highlights in photo form, but like send you to the quote unquote pay-per-view page, which is just like, you know, my YouTube channel to check out the VOD type of thing. It was 98% AKA, yeah, 4.5. Heck yeah. I mean, I've 98%, I'd go at least 4 3/4. Oh, just an ear beel into the center of the ring there by Becky Lynch. A bit of a vicious streak coming out of the last kicker. The man, big time Bex. Heck yeah. That's great. Like 80% and up, the audience is going to be happy with, but the higher percentage a match can go, the more buzz it's going to generate overall. So like, the more likely it is that more people are going to show up to your next show and the show after that, so on and so forth. Love to hear it. Becky Lynch dropping a big leg. As we know, she's going to be setting up for the disarm her, or disarm them, depending on who she's facing, I suppose, or the manhandle slam. Meanwhile, Speedball Mike Bailey uses a shooting star double knee press that he calls the Ultima weapon. All right, I'm a longtime Edge fan, so in your Fed, I'm pulling for Edge versus Dominic. Yeah, 15 minutes of time settled nothing. That's a variation of the arm breaker, but not quite the disarm her. She has a very distinctive way she puts it on when it's finishing maneuver time. Going to want to avoid the rapid fire kicks of Mike Bailey, and so far no good, as he's just laying into Becky Lynch in the corner. Becky with the Bexploder, but Bailey able to roll through and back to his feet. I don't think Becky is any stranger to fighting people named Bailey, but normally as a first name and not a last. As Becky Lynch sends Mike Bailey to the floor, falls him out. No countout or DQ on the floor. Oh, nice spin kick there by Speedball, catching Becky Lynch unawares. And that's a full application of the disarmer. You can see the way it wrenches on the entire arm, essentially pulling it out of socket. Another Bexploder, this time on the floor. Challenger giving it everything they have. Bailey responds with an Acai DDT. And now a regular version, a standard variety, garden variety DDT, allows Bailey to return to the confines of the ring. Lynch was once again setting up for that disarmer, but Bailey able to fend her off. Bailey going up. Gonna wait for Becky Lynch to stand. What do we got in mind here? Beautifully done. Nice head scissor takeover, and he goes up to the opposite corner, and there it is, the ultimate weapon. Shooting star knee press to the chest of Becky Lynch into the cover. 1, 2, no. Lynch escapes it 2. Back into disarmer. Trying to get Bailey to tap. Mike Bailey escapes. Match heating up at the 10-minute mark. An exchange of finishes between the two. Oh, Becky outlasts Speedball. Able to drop him with that clothesline. Bought herself a few seconds there, but Mike Bailey right back in command here. What does she have in mind from the top? Countered! Into a roll-up by Becky Lynch! Got him! Becky Lynch is your new junior heavyweight champion! What a counter off the top! And we have a new title holder. That was short. Please be in the 80s. 91. Oh, good. Good. I thought it was going to be in the 80s. 91, I'll take it. Woof. Woof. All right, so it was an action-packed 11 minutes. Sometimes, like, around the 10-minute mark, I get a little nervous. Like, there's no way that could have been that entertaining, but all right. More entertaining. The crowd liked this match more than Raven Taker against Hobbs and Brett. I mean, if you just go by the pure numbers. Okay, I also have to add that Becky Lynch is our new champion. This is her first reign as a junior champion as well. Good for her. The 11th such champion in our company's history. Okay, that's Mike Bailey's second is over with now. It is now Becky Lynch's first reign. Bear with me if you would as I update my text file and then scroll my text file down to the part that I actually do want to show you. Just one sec. Okay, I got everything recorded. Boom! New champion from a top rope roll-up pin counter for whatever Mike Bailey had in mind. Whew, 92 overall, 65,000 strong. Let's see how we did. I don't know if Edge has an advantage, but I'd definitely be rooting for Edge in that matchup. Nothing against Dominic Mysterio, but longtime Edgehead. For sure. I think the longer it goes, the more it's going to favor Dominic, because Edge probably doesn't have the Edit probably doesn't have the stamina. But at the same time, even though they put accurate birthdays, they tend to create like physical peak versions of the wrestlers. So it's still a toss-up, because I don't even think Dominic technically has hit his peak as a wrestler yet. Certainly hasn't. Like, he's still fairly new. All right, we have a new Legends champ. We have a new GWA Junior champ. Belts arriving in and oh yeah, Yohei won the Legends belt as well. Arriving in and staying with the promotion. That's great. And we had 73,000 strong. Heck yeah. They can't tell us to move to a larger arena because we're selling out the biggest one in the game. I mean, the biggest one in America. Cedric Alexander and Ricochet are the junior tag champs in WWE. We have new CMLL tag team champions. Big R is the new Dragon Gate junior champ. Big R Shimizu, I believe. Drew McIntyre just won the Impact belt, so now I gotta... now I own the Impact belt because Drew McIntyre works for us. Okay, I still made $2,000, or made $2 million. All right, ROH has a singles tournament, or a tag team tournament scheduled, so that means I'm gonna leave them alone. All right, I didn't want to do this. Oh, what do we got? They found Drake in Europe. I wonder who that is. Drake Maverick. They found Forrester in Latin America. Okay. Cage. Which there are several cages in America. Shane Taylor wants to come in? Heck yeah. Heck yeah. I don't know who Dak is, but we're going to team up these two guys. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I was going to put the Big Japan tag team title belts on the line against two Big Japan wrestlers, but Ring of Honor just sent us two people. So I'm just going to put them in a title match for the Big Japan belts. That saves me some time. Like, I do eventually, or hopefully, want to get the belts back to the Big Japan Pro Wrestling Organization. But maybe they can hang out in Ring of Honor for a bit. I'm friendly with everybody. We can always get them back. Let's check out who we scouted, though. I'm interested to see what's going on there. What is that under? Human Resources. Mostly I was just trying to, like... Okay, Stoic and Freestyle? I don't know about that. Yeah, Lucha in Latin America. I tend to send people out for 6 months at a time. Okay, Strong America. 6 months. Away you go. Yes, please. I'm not going to hire anybody. I tend to do that like every other month. I'm trying to be a lot more selective with who I offer contracts to and where I want to put them and stuff like that. I'm going to say Dom definitely is going to have the speed advantage against Edge. And like I said, the longer it goes, I would probably give the edge to Dom. But in like real life, Edge is putting on like 30, 35 minute matches. So who knows? Okay, let's save that just as I check some stuff. Let's do our training center maintenance. I always try to do that right away. I have most of the next card booked on paper already. So that's not going to take too long. I'm just going to do this maintenance, and then I will check out the work of the other promotions, because we had some of our roster members sent out into the Wild Blue Yonder. And the only result I can tell you for sure is that Drew McIntyre won the Impact Championship, and now I have to bring somebody in from Impact to try to get that belt off of him. We already have William Regal as 1/3 of the Impact Trios champions with no, there's no end to that in sight, because there's no way I'm gonna invite 5 members of the Impact roster to my, you know what I mean? Like, there's no way I'm taking the chance that 5 people get booked and don't show up. All right, unless it's one of those ones that I book off air, then I just game it until everybody shows. Okay, Drew McIntyre has the Impact Championship. Hopefully not for long, as he was slated into our plans for the next show, and I can just sort of change that. Hang on, I can change that to be versus someone else. I was going to put him in a title match against the freshly crowned Keiji Muto for the Legends title, but we're going to find somebody from Impact to show up instead. And let me show you what else we're working with here. So we just did Year 6, Month 7. So let me bring up my booking sheet. This is what I work with every week. So here's the card that I had booked. There are the results, defeats, and then I just put the match percentage at the end. And then you see underneath there, I got a nice long list. Here's all our friends that we've sent out to various promotions. So I'm going to take a look at the results of those promotions and see how they were used. Well, we already know what happened with Drew McIntyre in Impact. So let's go look at that first to see who they beat for the belt. Okay. Let's go take a look at what Drew McIntyre was up to. Drew McIntyre here. Get that notepad down. Okay, I did my due diligence there. Oh, I also needed to check my broadcast contract. How much longer? 4 months. Okay, 4 more months and I make $500,000 a month. Average match evaluation 50 or more. And then next year, so that's going to be August, September, October, November. So that's going to cover the tournament. The only thing I was worried about is because when my new deal kicks in, you can see that it's going to be the show average needs to be 70 or higher. And I'm a little worried about that for the hardcore tournaments every year, because obviously the satisfaction overall is lower because the audience only gets that style of wrestling out of the promotion once a year. But as you can tell, we're going into a very favorable deal. A very favorable deal. Dom throws Edge of the ring and Edge choked Dom with the belt. Whoa, no! Yeah, Edge definitely has the experience factor as well. Anyway, we're going to be making $1 million a month soon, probably with our December show, I guess. So I'm okay to book the weird deathmatch tournament I want in October. Should be able to get away with it, no problem. All right, so that's our broadcast contract. That's our training center done. Let me take a look here. I'm going to leave all this. That's all fine. Save that. And then, okay, I'm gonna check the other promotions first, and then I'm gonna go to the personal advice section and see if anybody wants a raise, because there's usually people that want raises each and every time out. So, starting with, let's start with Impact, just because we're close enough to it. Hang on, there we go. Impact, let's take a look at the results of their previous show. I'm pretty sure Drew was in the main event. Doc Gallows was apparently the Impact Wrestling Champion, and Drew McIntyre took him out in front of 25,000 strong. So we're going to bring in, I don't know whom, from Impact to try to take out Drew McIntyre next month. So that'll be fun. So that was what Drew is up to. We sent Kazuchika Okada to CMLL. Oh yeah, let me also quickly go through this. Hang on, there we go. So we are the GWA. Currently, we are in competition with the WWE, which we are friendly with, and you're going to see that on every one of these. New Japan, friendly. AEW, still friendly. NXT, which is also NXT UK, friendly with them. CMLL, we are a holdout on becoming friends with CMLL because we already have an established relationship with AAA, and I didn't want to anger either of the Lucha promotions that we were affiliated with, but who cares? We're friends with everybody, so CMLL we're friends with, Big Japan we're friends with, AAA we're friends with, Ring of Honor we're friends with, hope they have a nice return to action in April. DDT we're friends with, of course, All Japan we're friends with, Dragon Gate loves us, Impact loves us, Pro Wrestling Noah loves us, and GCW, bit of a fan of ours. I desperately need to update the GCW roster. As you can tell, they only have like 9 people, so I only have like a handful. But yeah, all friends of ours. All friends of ours. Hey, Kate, what's going on? Nice to see you. Hope you're having a good night. Oh, Dom hit the 619. Let me know who wins that one. All right, let me see who's next. Okay, so we had Okada. We sent to CMLL, so let's see what they did with Okada, if anything. If he was on one of these teams, I can't really tell. And I don't, unless, like literally, unless he was on this 5th match, was a, looks like an 8-person tag, a quad squad. Unless he was part of that, I don't think they used him because he's not in any of these other matches. Okay. Typically that happens, but nothing I can do about it. Okay. We sent Punk. We sent CM Punk to the WWE, which I just thought would be funny. And he beat Bray Wyatt in an absolute barn burner. Thank you very much for number 1 winning and number 2 representing us well. Oh, Edge kicked out of the 619. All right, we sent Jon Moxley to New Japan Pro Wrestling. So let's see how Jon Moxley was best utilized, if at all. There we go. Shingo Takagi, Jon Moxley, once again. Our guys won. Thumbs up, and it was 97%, so another thumbs up. I just want a good showing. I don't care if we win or lose as much, but I just want us to do well. So we sent 2 more. We sent Randy Orton to NXT. Let's see what they did with Randy Orton. If anything, doesn't look like they used him. Just backing up here to take a good look. Yeah, it doesn't look like they used him that at all. Fair enough. Okay, didn't use Randy. And then we sent Keith Lee to Pro Wrestling Noah, which is our last lending of the month here. Come on, guys. Did you guys use him? Didn't use him. So more than half the people we send out, they don't even use, which is kind of disheartening, but what are you going to do? All right, now give me 1 second. And we're about to book some more stuff. I'm going to book the main card, and then we're going to take a look at... I'm going to show you the text file and stuff after we're done with some of this prep work. Okay, so what I also need to do is look at personal advice and go to trust. This is your number 1 if you need to know if somebody wants more money. Hang on, what do we got? Edge hit a Dom with his DDT signature, and Dom kicked out. Oh, the Impaler. Get hot and heavy. So Yohei wants a pay bump because they just want a belt. So we'll go to Human Resources, have a little consultation with our newest champ, Yohei, and we'll give him a boost in salary. A small one, but we'll give him a boost in salary. We're just trying to keep everybody happy here. Save that real quick. Back to the records, back to the personal advice. Darby Allin wants a boost. Try to go as fast as I can with this sort of thing, just because I'm used to it. Like after every show, having to like talk to a handful of people to be like, "What's up? You want a little pay bump? You want a little taste? Go for it." Try to save it every time. Personal advice. Who else? Ray Phoenix. Well, my junior talent here, going for a handout. Well, not a handout. They've earned it. Where you at? There you are, Ray Phoenix. Change salary. Little pay bump. There you go. Personal advice. Brett wants more money. This could be costly. I think he's making a bunch as it is. 10. All right, how about 11? Save that. Kenta wants more money. Jeez, I hope this isn't a long line of people. Also making 10, looking for 11. No problem. Save that. Records and help. Personal advice. Everything's good? Okay. Took care of that for this month. We've done our training set and our maintenance for this month. We have a show to book. We have to invite somebody from Impact to take on Drew McIntyre. So let's go to the Impact roster. Let's see. Ooh, Ace Austin would be interesting. Technically Cousin Jake, but that's still Jake something. That'd be good. This is who he beat for the belt in the first place. Not a bad looking Doc Gallows. I feel like that's his face and everything. They still have Ethan Page, which is interesting. Maybe I'll do Ethan Page, since he's still an Impact on this roster. Like, but when I started this, he was still with Impact, so. Ooh, Cardona would be interesting too. He's in poor condition though. I just want a good match more than anything else. Rosemary would be fun. Rich Swann would be fun. Willie Mack would be fun. Let's go with Ethan Page. Ba-boom. All right, we're gonna do Ethan Page, Drew McIntyre. I was thinking of Ethan's partner, Josh Alexander. So Ethan Page versus Drew Alexander is gonna be for the Impact Championship. And we had people in from Ring of Honor. Taylor, and I think the other guy was Dak something. So we brought them in from, well, they're voluntarily coming to us from Ring of Honor. So I'm just going to go ahead and we needed a tag team to face the Big Japan Tag Team Champions. So I'm just going to put them right in there. Oh! Your new heavyweight champion, Dominic Mysterio. Congratulations, Dominic Mysterio. Okay, hard earned, just even from the way you were describing it. They set both of those title matches sounded like they were bringing the business, so good for that. All right, so we've done everything we need to do there. I'm not going to bother hiring anybody. We've invited everyone we need to invite. I'm just going to book the event. It's going to be a smaller event, so I'm probably going to branch off. I'm okay losing money on this one, to be quite honest. We've never done a show in Europe. I don't think we can fill a 1,200 seat gymnasium, but we'll try. All right, for our first show in Europe, we're going to headline it with our major title. It brought 8 people. We might not do a show in Europe, depending on how this turns out. We have no presence in this country. All right. Hangman Adam Page, Steve Austin. That's our main event. Underneath that, we had the Big Japan Tag Team belts on the line. The Street Profits, that brought another 8 people. Against the Ring of Honor contingent of Dak Draper. I'm not intimately familiar with. Let's just pick I'll go with that one. And Shane Taylor, I believe. Yes, Shane Taylor in. Shane Taylor, a member of the GWA roster in the first generation of it. Okay, so we have 2 people in from Ring of Honor to challenge for the Big Japan title belts against roster members Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford, Street Profits. 91%, 4 stars. Excellent. A couple of bangers. It'd make people get a rematch, but if they lose, they will never get a title shot as long as Ali and Ciampa are tag belts. I love it. Got 2 shows and keeping track of it once. Now below that, we're going to put the finals of the junior tournament. Let's go ahead and find both of them. There's Dave Mastiff won the first slot, so let's put him on the other side. We have Dragon Rojo Jr. over here. That brought more people than Steve Austin. And then we have one more. And we have Dave Mastiff over here. Yeah, we're not going to fill this at all, but that's okay. We can always choose something different. So now we have a tag team match. Eddie Guerrero is our current Hall of Fame champion, and they will be putting the belt on the line relatively soon against unlikely challenger Jon Moxley. So now we have a tag team match before then like we usually do. Eddie has chosen Bobby Lashley as his partner despite that hard-fought loss to Brody Lee last week. And Jon Moxley will be teaming up with his regular partner Randy Orton back in action here. So we'll put Randall here and Jon Moxley next to him. Boom. Hey, we're in triple digits. I mean, we only have 3 more matches to go, but we're in triple digits. Okay, here we had just a straight up singles contest with CM Punk facing the returning Keith Lee. Actually, both these people are returning to the GWA ring after being away for a little bit. There we go. Keith Lee, CM Punk. And then speaking of... Oh, I can't do this. Oh, that's funny. Okay. So let's do tag team match. This I'm booking on the fly, so it's gonna be a little different than what I had before. So we're gonna do Kairi Sane and Kazuchika Okada representing the Squared Circle K. I initially had them put in or pencil in against the who do I want to say? Against the Yard Dogs, who are Bill Bullock and Dave Mastiff, but Dave Mastiff is obviously needed for that the finals of the junior title contention tournament. So who will get that shot instead? Old reliable. In comes the Mad Buds. Buddy Murphy. Mad Polly. There we go. No, we already saw Buddy Murphy wrestle. Who else can we give this shot to? Statlander. If we can team up Statlander with somebody. Kind of light on the face side for the teamings. No, we'll leave it as is. Mad Buds. And then in our opening contest, another title match for the Impact Championship. Here's Drew McIntyre up against, from Impact, Ethan Page. That's going to start our show. Ooh, certainly got its intensity down. There, we only put 300 people in this gymnasium though, and we're doing like maximum advertising and stuff. That's not great. That's not great. I'm not gonna lie. If we were to go to Mexico and go to the largest place we could sell this place out. Is that it? 18,000? What about for 20 bucks? Can't even get 20 bucks, or can't even get 20 bucks out of people in Mexico. 8,000, sure. How about Japan? 339. Slightly more people, but a much larger capacity. Okay, so they have a 60,000 seat arena. They have a 16,000 seat arena. I'm not even sell out the large urban hall. Really? How about the rural large hall, 10,000? I get 20 bucks out of it. So that's 200, like I make 200K. It cost me 90, so I'm like, expenses are covered. I'd rather, let's see what do we got. Twice the expenses. We're not even making it back. Well, we will this time. Okay, let's just make our money back. Okay, so our expenses are more or less covered just on ticket sales. Everything else should be covered because we'll drum up some merchandise. Actually, I don't even think I need to make much because we only have 18,000 here. But we have Ethan Page, Drew McIntyre, Okada, and I gotta update this, Kyrie versus Buddy and Paulie, not Paulie. Keith Lee, CM Punk, Orton Moxley, Eddie Lashley. Then our finals, Mastiff, Rojo Jr. And then our two major matches, Shane Taylor and Dax Draper, not intimately familiar, against Angelo Dawkins and Ford for the Big Japan belts, and then Adam Page versus Steve Austin. Okay, does that mess anything else up here? No. Okay, now I will show you, since I've already booked it, I'll already show you, here's what I'm working with text file wise. So there's the card as we booked it, and then you can see underneath, I'm going to try to send a half a dozen people to various organizations. The only one I've really decided on is trying to send Regal to Impact. And it should be a straight up exchange at this point since we've gotten Ethan Page in. So I will confirm this card. Pa-pa! Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we told something. Beth has entered Becky's gym and attacked her. Oh dear. The heat is strong between those two. So, time to loan people out. First one I had already thought of was sending William Regal back to Impact. Off to Impact with you. They said yes. Perfect. Let's back up and save. Last thing we do before we start the event is produce merchandise. Who else are we loaning out here? Let me check my text file. Kenny Omega we're lending somewhere. Let's lend Kenny Omega to AEW. See if they like that. Hey Kenny, you want to go wrestle for AEW real quick? How about that? Ba-boom! Kenny goes to AEW for us. Sort of like being friends with everyone. It's just like I can showcase my talent on other shows. Who else are we loaning out? And if I stick to the big stars, it shouldn't be that worrisome to like make sure that they say yes. So to the WWE, let us send Bret Hart. Would you like to go to participate, Bret? Wow! They do not want Bret. How about Shawn? Do you want Shawn? Wait, I don't need Shawn. Do you want Shawn instead? They want Shawn instead. Okay. Let me just adjust my text file then. They did not want Brett. Okay. Save this. Loan. We're going to lend New Japan Pro Wrestling The Undertaker. See what happens there. Pow! Taker to New Japan Pro Wrestling. That's wild. And then we're going to try to help out specifically our Japanese friends by sending them Kenta Kabashi and Mitsuharu Misawa. So let's see, what's the biggest? We did one for New Japan. Let's do Big Japan. Let's send them Kenta Kobashi to Big Japan if he's okay. How you feeling? Feeling good, looking good? Pow! We sent Kenta Kobashi to Big Japan Pro Wrestling. And then we'll send Mitsuharu Misawa somewhere. And then we're all set to run the second card. I mean, we got to make merchandise and then we're all set to run the second card. And we'll send Misawa to All Japan. Pow, why would they say no? Like, really, why would they say no? There have been months when I had enough time that I'd literally sent one person to every other promotion. So we had GWA representation everywhere. Okay, so I have, as you can tell, I have booked everybody in the show, and then underneath we have the half dozen people we send out to friendly organizations, and that's where we're going to stand for this second of two shows, the August show here in year 6. Let's do management, merchandise. Now we have a crowd of about 18,000, I think it was, in Mexico here. I can't remember if we did 10. So I'm not going to do any of this. I'm trying to push these, so I'm going to leave them as the only options, but I also do a quick 1,000 just for the kiddos. This and snacks. 1,000 and 1,000 real quick. Just stuff with, our logo on it, just to try to get people interested. Okay, didn't really have to invest too much. Kept the costs under $500,000. Oh, hang on. Oh, they retain, so Eddie and Mickey don't get a shot as long as the others are champs. Bum, bum, bum. Anything else we can be doing? That's done. Broadcast contracts and sponsor contracts are still good. Training center, we already leveled that up. I'm waiting to get around 30 million, and then I'll drop almost 10 on another gym expansion. And then I don't think I'm going to be expanding anything for a long time after that. Actually, since I'm here, let's at least do one of these. Boom! We've maxed it out. Excellent. Love to see it. Trying to do one of those a month as well, just to keep costs down, but keep the quality of our facilities improving. And I think we're good. Let me just double check real quick. I definitely did. Okay, I took care of all the salary grievances. Check. I brought in somebody to face Drew McIntyre. Hopefully they can get the Impact title right back to Impact. Check. I booked, well, I didn't need to book, but we had Taylor and Dax show up from Ring of Honor for the Big Japan belts. Check. So cards full. We sent half a dozen people out. We didn't really need to make merchandise. We did our maintenance. We're all good. Now, as in most cases, 3 strikes. We have 3 people that could potentially not show up for work. We're going to give them 3 chances to show up for work, and whatever happens by the 3rd chance, that's what we have to live with. Let's see if everyone wants to do business the right way. Attempt numero uno to have this card just happen as it should. Okay, full house, 18th thou. Let me just check. All 7 matches are still here. Everybody showed up. I'll save that, and we can get underway with your first contest. Sorry, I couldn't pre-advertise this, but you're going to see Drew McIntyre defend the Impact Championship against All Ego Ethan Page. Let me get out of the way, and let's get down to the ring. Referee checked the video, and Eddie was pinning Ciampa at the same time that Ali was pinning Mickey. A double pin situation. Bum, bum, bum. Things are popping off in the ZF. The Zach Fed. I'm assuming it's Zach Fed. Not a concern for either of these gentlemen. As you see Big Drew McIntyre in the black and purple trunks, the current reigning Impact Wrestling champion, signed here to the GWA, up against Impact Wrestling's own All Ego Ethan Page in the maroon trunks. Try to quickly bring that belt back to Europe's biggest promotion, Impact Wrestling. I had to kind of, not game it, but I had to, like, you know, make sure to try to put certain promotions across the world. So there were, you know, there was wrestling in every territory, essentially. So Impact has become a European promotion. The other major European promotion was the Legends promotion. It unfortunately folded. So I feel like this is the only one left in Europe. Most of them are in America and Japan. Nice headbutt there by McIntyre, sending Ethan Page to the floor with it. And the two Lucha Libre promotions, AAA and CMLL, obviously are in Mexico. Ref checked, Ali pinned, and one of Mickey's shoulders was up. Oh man, controversy abounds in that tag title match. McIntyre setting a more methodical pace. Obviously, the power advantage goes with the big Scotsman. They're looking to decapitate All Ego Ethan Page with a Claymore kick off the ropes. Ethan Page is going to be looking to hoist Drew McIntyre up for the Ego Edge. Variation of the Black Tiger Bomb, or the Outsider Edge, or the Razor's Edge, or whatever Sheamus used to call it before he stopped doing it. Couple of vicious lariats to the back of the head of McIntyre from Page as the action spilled out to the floor. Quick reminder, there's no DQ or countout outside the GWA ring. As Ethan Page is bodily thrown into the guardrail by the Impact World Champion Drew McIntyre, a member of the Doldrums, as led by Raven here in the GWA. It's nice that you got video replay. Page dropping McIntyre. Hang on, rolls him up. Victory roll for McIntyre does not spell victory in this moment. Just a 2 count. Looking for 3 was the Impact champ. Oh, Ethan Page, I believe, may have been going for the Ego Edge there. Couldn't get McIntyre up. He was daring you, All Ego Ethan Page, to give him his best shot. Page now sending McIntyre back out to the floor. There's been a lot of brawling outside the ring in this one. Nice cutter there by All Ego Ethan Page, who has him up for the Ego's Edge on the floor. He's got to get Drew back in the ring, though. Using that karate to try to win back the Impact Championship to his home promotion. Teardrop suplex by McIntyre. About to eat another edge on the floor. Again, 3 counts and tap outs only count inside the GWA ring. So Ethan Page has got to return Drew McIntyre. Oh, what a gutbuster by the champion Drew to challenger Ethan. As this fight rages on. Package pile driver by Ethan Page. Into the cover. 1, 2. Drew McIntyre kicks out at 2. Sends Page off the ropes. Page bulls him over. This is all challenger. Drew says he's got it in the bag, appealing to the crowd for help. Nice belly to belly by McIntyre. The Scottish Warrior, as they backed off of the Scottish Psychopath nickname. Future Shock DDT by McIntyre. Page replying with another Ego's Edge. Center of the ring, or trying to get him into the center of the ring. It's not going to do it. The long legs of Drew McIntyre under the bottom rope there. Perhaps the only thing that saved the championship in that moment. Drew once again appealing to the crowd. Perhaps taking All Ego Ethan Page a little lightly. He has been nailed with his finish a handful of times already. Drops him with an air raid crash. Page back to his feet. Another Ego's Edge. 1, 2. McIntyre out at 2. Page going right back to it. 1, 2. McIntyre out again. Air raid Great crash. Page giving it everything he has hit his finish 5 times or more now. Cannot seem to keep Drew McIntyre down. Package pile driver. Rolls him into the cover. 1, 2, 3. Got him. All Ego Ethan Page wins the Impact title and returns it to his home promotion. That's exactly what I wanted. That worked perfectly. Ethan Page gets the belt back. No longer a wayward champion. How'd we do? 89? Not bad. Not bad. Let me just scroll all the way up and delete Drew McIntyre from my list of wayward champs. Good. That only took 1 try. Okay. Doop. Boom! New champion crowned. Excelente. That helps the wrestling world at large. Okay, coming up we got tag team action. The Mad Buds, Buddy Murphy and Mad Polly. This is like regular action in the tag team division. These are 2 regular teams. I mean, 1 team and 1 stable. So Buddy Murphy and Mad Polly, the Mad Buds, are going to be taking on Kairi Sane and Kazuchika Okada, both of them representing the Squared Circle K. Let's get on down to the ring and say howdy. Woo! So did they have to restart your tag title match, or are you just going to book another one? A 3rd and deciding one? Buddy Murphy starting things off against Kairi Sane here. Murphy gave it his all in the #1 contender tournament to determine a challenger for the Junior Heavyweight Championship, currently held by Becky Lynch. We see that belt defended next week. It'll be Becky Lynch versus the winner of the finals of the tournament, either Dave Mastiff or Dragon Rojo Jr. That's going to be determined later today, as this card rolls on. Buddy Murphy coming in with a V-trigger against the ropes to Kairi Sane, pulls her back into the ring. Sane has had enough. Quick tag out to Kazuchika Okada, and here comes the Rainmaker. Rainmaker and Buddy Murphy, no strangers to one another. Had a singles match at a New Japan show in Really Real's life, which I believe was held in Florida or California. A southern state. A southern coastal state, I believe. Probably California. That seems like it's a shorter distance to fly to from Japan. As now Mad Polly, formerly of DDT, formerly of the Damnation stable in DDT, led by Daisuke Sasaki, I believe. Now here in the GWA, our former opening match warrior had a heck of a run. Several months, if not over a year. Just putting on belter after belter in the first match of the show, until Buddy Murphy joined the league and they formed this tag team. Have been looking to climb the tag team ranks since. Mind you, Buddy Murphy has taken time out for his own singles success. The only singles title shot that that Mad Polly earned was a couple of months ago against Masahiro Chono, where he was unsuccessful in winning the Legends title, but we had Keiji Muto do that last month, so we're all good there. As he's now going toe-to-toe with Kairi Sane, the feisty former junior champion, known for her insane elbow and general tenacity inside that ring as she's tagged out, as has Polly. Fresh competitors on either side, and we're back to Okada and Murphy, and Okada lays the boot into the face of Buddy Murphy. Match will be Becky versus Bath. Nice. They got to settle that score. Big boot off the ropes by Okada once again. He's going to be looking to wear Buddy Murphy down. Nice fireman's carry into a suplex there. Signature offense from the Rainmaker. Going to be looking to wear him down for that ripcord clothesline that calls the Rainmaker itself. Alternatively, he does have a submission maneuver he calls the red ink, but I don't know if he's hesitant, but he rarely busts that out. Only in dire circumstances, it seems. You know, Mad Polly's got that Polly Buster. A variation of an a running underhook exploder suplex of sorts. See Mad Polly trying to back Kairi Sane up into his own corner. It's easier to pin your opponent on your side of the ring. That's the longer distance that your opponent has to travel to try to break up a pin attempt. And a shorter distance your partner has to travel so they can play defense and sort of stand over any pin or submission attempt you're making. As we pass 10 minutes in this tag team contest, Okada and Mad Polly going at it. Huge DDT there from Okada, but Polly rolls back to his feet quickly. Inspired perhaps by being in the proper corner. The Mad Buds. Nice cravat there from Okada. Buddy able to catch him in a series of Kawada kicks, but Okada able to recover and hit that single-legged flapjack. Back to work goes the Rainmaker. Brimming with confidence is the multi-time IWGP Heavyweight Champion of the World. Huge double clothesline from the Mad Buds. Now Buddy Murphy with that release German. Has some very sick moves in his arsenal as well. A few powerbomb combinations, either multiple powerbombs or powerbombs ending in V-triggers. Hang on, Kairi Sane going up for the elbow into the small of the back of Buddy Murphy. Rolls him into the pin. 1, 2. No, Buddy Murphy just escapes. Perhaps if Kairi Sane had hit that on the chest as opposed to the back, that could have done it. But a near fall there. Oh my gosh, look at the tenacity of Kairi Sane with a submission attempt. Got it locked in. Roll through into a Boston Crab. What a combination from Kairi Sane. Relentless on Buddy Murphy here. Buddy Murphy eventually able to break the hold. Oh, Mad Polly disrupting the timing of Buddy Murphy there, but able to recover and make the tag. And the Mad Buds fight on. Another vicious double clothesline. Kairi Sane's got to be feeling it. In comes the power man of the Mad Buds, Mad Polly. Kairi, you see the quickness with which she scurried across that ring. Practically a scamper to get Okada tagged back into the matchup. Who signals for the Rainmaker. Big back elbow. You do not want to give up back control to Kazuchika Okada. Big back elbow. Just gets bodied to the canvas by Polly here. A more organized STO variation by Okada before that drop kick. The baddest man on the planet, Mike Tyson, just signed with the ZF. My word. I fear for champions better be wary if Tyson's on the prowl. Be interesting if they can withstand his boxing prowess. Nice forward flipping neck breaker there by Sane. Into the sliding forearm strike, just wailing away at Mad Polly. Hang on, Polly Buster! Plants her in the center of the ring! Into the cover! 1, 2! Okada breaks it just before the count of 2. Spinning tombstone to Buddy Murphy! Kairi retreats to the corner. Lures Mad Polly to follow her, and in comes Okada. Drops an elbow of his own off the top. Woo! Welcome to the Zach Federation, Mike Tyson. Also, Edge and Dom, mutual respect, forming a tag team, much like Edge and Dom's father before him in 2003. Release German there from Buddy Murphy. Back legal in the match against Kazuchika Okada. Have yet to see a Rainmaker attempt out of the man who bears the name of his finishing hold. Hang on. The tombstone's usually a precursor. Nice. Fireman's carry into another suplex. Sliding drop kick by the Rainmaker, who once again signals for the maneuver that bears his nickname. But instead elects to tag out to Kairi Sane. Interesting strategy here from the Squared Circle K. As we're back to Murphy and Sane. Nice counter there by Kairi. Trying to drag Buddy Murphy back to his feet, but no good. Forearm shiver sends Kairi back to the canvas. Two are going to trade blows now. Buddy Murphy silencing Kairi Sane with a drop kick. Oh, hang on! One powerbomb. No, Kairi reverses into the cover. Two, got him! Buddy Murphy known for those powerbomb combinations. Kairi Sane the technical prowess to counter it and hold him down for the three. An incredible win for the Squared Circle K. Ray didn't want to sign with ZF, but his brother does. Oh, I'm assuming that's Ray Phoenix and Penta. Kairi Sane beating Buddy Murphy. Small package hold. Sure. Call it what you will. Okay. And they did what? 93. Good. That'll boost our average into the 90s. And now we have, ooh, some singles action. Here we go. Sometimes I just throw singles matches together featuring a couple of talent that I generally lend out, and then they just come back to the promotion and try to, you know, reestablish themselves, so on and so forth. So we haven't really seen Keith Lee in a GWA ring in a singles contest in a little while. Same with CM Punk. So, CM Punk versus Keith Lee. Here we go. Hey-ya! Ah, yes, we are in Mexico, so Mr. Bigfoot is in fact calling for the whistle while we are underway. That's fun. In the first iteration of the GWA, I had Penta El Zero Miedo on the roster. So this time around, I went out of my way to sign Ray Phoenix instead. Just to try to not duplicate. Like last time I had Bryan Danielson on the squad, so this time I'll have CM Punk, that sort of thing. Not, you know, to sort of like balance things out. Have sort of the same type of wrestler, but not exactly the same wrestler here and there. I try not to repeat. The only repeat is actually Darby Allin, because I actually, like, I updated I got a new version of him in the game, and it was so different from the one I was using before that I figured why not. As we mentioned, both of these gentlemen kind of use kind of part of the touring roster, if you want to call it that we sort of send to various international promotions to promote sportsmanship, competition, and sort of get the GWA name out there. Also maybe boost some ticket sales if we're sending them to smaller promotions. Both of these gentlemen have been helping out in that regard for a long time now, looking to reestablish themselves in their root promotion. CM Punk taking things to the floor. You can see much larger and more powerful Keith Lee, and you can see the power on display there with that throwing belly to belly. Okay, so Ray declined. I mean, you could always try again, maybe. Maybe he just needs his brother to put in a good word in a few months, and you get the Lucha Brothers together. The only like full-time tag team I have on my roster is not Private Party, Street Profits. As these two are going tooth and claw outside of the GWA ring here. Certainly the more difficult way to stroll down the gnarly wrestling aisle when you're stuck outside the ring. No DQ, no count out. Finally turning back into a wrestling match here as CM Punk welcomes Keith Lee to Chicago. MFer. Looking to set up perhaps for an Anaconda Vice. Nope, pulls him back to his feet. Oh, nice. So you invited him from a different promotion then. Excellent. Yeah, those, like when you're first establishing your own base, those guest spots are crucial. Like, I tried not to put out anything less than like a 5-match card if I could help it. Or like a 4-match card if I could help it. And in the first like year for sure, it was very helpful to like you know, book a match of outside talent, and then you can sort of also evaluate who the crowd like and stuff like that. That's how Ilya Dragunov ended up getting his job with us, is that he was a guest for us. Hang on! Go to sleep outside the ring! Excellent maneuver, but that's not going to do CM Punk any good out there. Anyway, Ilya Dragunov, we had... Boom! Is that the Spirit Bomb by Keith Lee in response? Dragunov, was a guest performer for like 4 or 5 months before we offered him a contract. And he's been great for us since. The action has, for the most part, been outside the ring in this one. Perhaps a little too much time spent in the hardcore promotions of Japan for CM Punk. In with the knee, pulls him into the clothesline. I guess he doesn't do the... Nice neck breaker there. Guess he doesn't do the bulldog anymore. This way he doesn't have to take a bump. Hang on, Keith Lee with another Spirit Bomb upcoming. 1, 2, no! Punk just rolls the shoulder at the 10-minute mark and we fight on. Back into the corner. Pulls him into another clothesline and checks the time. Quarter past clobbering. Keith Lee off the ropes. Big shoulder tackle. Takes down the Second City Saint. Oh, Keith Lee turning Punk inside out. Hey, Kendall, thank you very much for the follow. Kendall the King. Hope you're having a good day. Punk dropping the big elbow off the ropes. Keith Lee replying with a turning belly to belly. Trying to establish his power game by just throwing Punk around the ring now. CM Punk with a belly to belly of his own. The Kenta combo from CM Punk drops Keith Lee. Oh my gosh. Keith Lee with the pounce off the ropes to CM Punk. Discus punch. Go to sleep by Keith Lee. 1, 2, no! Punk escapes. Almost pinned with his own move. Ray and Penta get a tag title match? That's awesome. Go Lucha Bros. Once again, the action spills out to the floor for the 3rd time this matchup. Keith Lee having his way with CM Punk. Both of these gentlemen trying to establish themselves in the singles rankings here in the GWA now that we have a trio of heavyweight championships they can contend for. The Legend, the Hall of Fame, and the ultimate prize, the GWA World Title. Currently held by Stone Cold Steve Austin, who you're going to see in our main event tonight, defending the title against Hangman Adam Page. Keith Lee with a big super kick and a whip into the guardrail for Punk. Action is going to continue on the floor until they're back inside. No countouts, no DQs. Anything goes outside of the ring in the GWA. The only place a 3 count or a tap out counts is once you're back inside. Punk once again welcoming Keith Lee to Chicago. Oh, Penta and Phoenix are both free agents. Ooh, fancy. Also kind of risky. 2! Got him! CM Punk with a huge win! Taking down Keith Lee. Yeah, see, he's sucking wind. Took a lot out of him, but he did it. Did I miss the call and the go to sleep? I thought I did. 5-star classic, Eddie with a go to sleep in the center of the ring. That's how you welcome yourself back to the roster. Defeated Keith Lee in a perfect matchup. Perfect, in a manner of speaking. And that's about halfway through our show. All right. Good stuff. Okay. Yeah, we got 4 more matches to go. We might make it out on time. I try to wrap all the stuff up in about 3 hours. Like actual pay-per-view length. But of course, way more matches because they're video game matches. All right. So as we mentioned earlier, next week, one of the title matches we're going to be featuring is Eddie Guerrero defending the Hall of Fame championship against somewhat unlikely contender Jon Moxley. Only unlikely because the initial way the Hall of Fame championship was set up is that I was literally just contending it between actual WWE Hall of Fame wrestlers that are already in some sort of Hall of Fame. Moxley not quite there, but he's going to get that title shot against Eddie Guerrero next month/next week. What we're going to see tonight is some tag team action where they got to pick a partner. Moxley relying on his longtime tag team partner Randy Orton. Eddie Guerrero has looked to newcomer Bobby Lashley, who was unsuccessful in his match against Brody Lee last month, but was quite impressive in his debut for the promotion. So we'll see how Eddie Guerrero and Bobby Lashley fare against Randy Orton, Jon Moxley. Badoop. Oof, I need to take a sip of water before this one starts. Mr. Bigfoot calling for the whistle, and we are underway. There you can see Bobby Lashley in the corner of Hall of Fame champion Eddie Guerrero, in there against Randy Orton, former Hall of Fame champion, and Jon Moxley, who has yet to taste any sort of gold in their GWA career, has an opportunity at Eddie Guerrero's Hall of Fame championship belt on our September show, which we are presenting next week. Next week we're doing September and October of Year 6, so that will be a title match for the September show before the October Trio Tournament of Terror that we are presenting next week. It's fun, like every 6 weeks or so. No, literally every 6 weeks I do 2 shows a week, or 2 cards per broadcast. Every 6 weeks I gotta do that Trios tournament with different rules. I don't know if I'm going to do it once I get or I might have to tweak it a little bit once I get that new TV deal for this promotion, because they want an overall match card of 70 plus, like 70% overall or higher. And I can absolutely guarantee that with like just a straight wrestling show as you're seeing now. But once we get into the weird deathmatch variations, I don't know if I can quite hit that quality level, especially in a one-night tournament. Things get a little weird. Nicely done. What a go behind there by Bobby Lashley, who has more than enough amateur credentials to put on display and does so. Jon Moxley, one of the more talented brawlers out there, would probably love to get his hands on Stone Cold Steve Austin, championship involved or not. I believe they had a singles contest very early in both of their GWA careers, but I'd have to check the archives to see how that one turned out. Austin's got a lot on his mind as it stands, as he's ready to face Hangman Adam Page in your main event of the night. That's going to be coming up a few short matches from now. Hang on, Randy Orton tagged back in against Eddie Guerrero, the 5-minute mark, after we saw a little bit of champion versus future challenger in Jon Moxley. Now Moxley's tag team partner, the Vicious Viper, the Apex Predator, employing the deadliest hold he knows, the face lock. Oh, and in comes the Orton Stomp. Not quite all the way around the body anymore. I don't know if Orton is looking for approval or checking to see where the ref is looking before he lands that low blow. Either way, it spells disaster for Eddie Guerrero unless he can recover here, and recover he does with the 3 Amigos before he's able to tag Lashley in for some surcease on the constant stomping of Randy Orton. Nice spinebuster there by Lashley into the cover. Whoa, oh no, a no count. Lashley trying to make his presence felt against Randy Orton, and does in a way that has Orton retreating to his corner to lure Lashley into a 3D. Lashley and Moxley now. Battle of the Lees. Lee. They're fighting Lee to Lee. I mean, we just saw Keith Lee. Now we got Lashley and Moxley. Moxley be looking to hit that paradigm shift. Pardon me. There it is. A spike version of the double arm DDT. Into the cover, but wrong part of town. Eddie Guerrero easily able to break that up at 1. And then, unfortunately for his partner, thwarts his attempt at that takedown. And Mox is allowed to maintain control. Bobby Lashley, of course, makes excellent use of the spear. I believe he has a version of the Hurt Lock as his finisher as well. This is current, modern era Bobby Lashley, of course. Perhaps it's Hurt Business Bobby Lashley. On your SmackDown promo, Sami Zayn and Jimmy Uso are the tag champs. That would be a good team. I'd like to see the Usos go more solo. I mean, I know obviously you can always go back to the tag thing since they're like literally twin brothers. But I feel like they've more than earned the opportunity to try some solo stuff for a while. I know one of them did while the other was out for undisclosed reasons. Randy and Eddie locking horns now. Nice exploder by Orton. Make it 2 in a row. Pulls him away from the ropes. Could be going for a trifecta. Nope, sends him off the ropes instead. Snap power slam, and nobody does it quite like Randy Orton. Floats over the suplex attempt. This is all Orton here. Hits him with the RKO out of nowhere. Eddie back to his feet and scrambling to the corner. Able to make the tag to Lashley out of desperation. And now the Hall of Fame champion Eddie Guerrero is going to try to catch his breath on the apron. Absolutely. Let's hear those matches. Lashley allows another tag. In comes Jon Moxley. Lashley unsuccessful in his singles debut. Looking to be a half of a successful tag team here. Despite being on the losing end of that match against Brody Lee, he impressed Eddie Guerrero enough to send him the offer with this tag team contest, acquitting himself quite well here against the #1 contender for the Hall of Fame Championship, Jon Moxley. Nice counter there by Mox. Has some MMA stylings of his own, does the wild thing. Oh, we got Jay. Oh, now they're forced to do single stuff. Good stuff. Building quite the roster over there. Eddie tag back in against Moxley, champion and challenger. We're going to see these two in a singles contest just next month. That's going to be next Thursday. Oh, running forearm strike by Moxley, and Eddie counters by suplexing him out of the ring, but unfortunately right in front of Orton, who hits him with an RKO immediately. And then he's tagged back in. Eddie once again scrambling to the corner. Oh, eats a double powerbomb. The tag team advantage has got to go to Randy Orton and Jon Moxley in this contest. If for no other reason, they are a semi-regular team when they are both in the GWA at the same time. This is Bobby Lashley's 3rd or 4th match in GWA at all, and only 2nd as an actual roster member. So I can't imagine he's had any time to develop any tag team chemistry with his first-time partner, Eddie Guerrero. Orton setting Lashley up the ropes. Another beautiful, crisp, snapping power slam by Orton and into the RKO, but he can't hit the cover right away. Orton able to counter. Could win with a face lock. I wouldn't put it past him. After the 20-minute mark, submissions get rather deadly. RKO once again. Orton in the cover. Eddie saving the matchup. Oh, smartly done here. Bobby Lashley grabbing a dragon sleeper immediately. Orton has to work hard to fight his way free, and it allows Lashley to tag Eddie back in. Orton needs a fresh tag as well. And we're back to Eddie and Moxley. Hang on, Eddie's going to go for the DQ here. Try to confuse the ref. Too close to the ropes, though. Ref makes him break that. The chair illusion maneuver, as I believe it's called. Try to fake Jon Moxley out and get him him and his team disqualified. Nice drop kick here now from the Hall of Famer. But Moxley immediately back to his feet. Eddie up top, big frog splash, but too close. Wrong part of town for that kind of activity. And now Orton's making him pay. Huge clothesline by Moxley. Oh. Nice backdrop suplex as well. Sends Eddie retreating to his corner. Total elimination by Guerrero and Bobby Lashley. Lashley now just sits Mox down. Clubbering clothesline, and now a chin lock trying to choke him out. Meanwhile, Eddie setting Orton up for who knows what. Black Tiger Bomb off the top. Mox trying to fight his way free of Lashley. Able to make his way to the corner. I don't think he's aware of the fact that Orton just took that vicious powerbomb, though. Orton accepts the tag regardless. As we are cresting towards 25 minutes in this tag team contest. I think I jinxed it by saying we might get done on time. Big RKO by Orton off the ropes. I say that, and then there's going to be like an extra long match in here somewhere. Neither man giving an inch. Big football tackle by Lashley, settling the argument for the moment. Lashley up, flips him over. Makes his way back to his corner to tag in Guerrero. Going up top. Frog splash to Orton's back. Rolls him into the cover. 1, 2, and Moxley saves the match. RKO to Eddie. Out of nowhere. Angle slam. Page out of his longtime rival's playbook. And now all 4 men have spilled out to the floor. Anything goes. Eddie grabs a chair. Big double powerbomb coming up to Orton. Next to the chair. Just letting him think about it. Gory bomb to Jon Moxley. Eddie Guerrero tagging up unnecessarily. As we're cresting towards 30 minutes into this tag match. And things are breaking down here. Another huge double powerbomb to Orton, this time kind of on the chair. Exploder was almost on the chair. Eddie took more of the chair than Orton did with that. Lashley sending Moxley the length of the arena there into the guardrail, and Eddie Guerrero diving over the top onto Orton. Wait a minute. Paradigm shift to Lashley. I think there was a big DDT there to Orton from Eddie that I missed. Something he stole from his moveset. Eddie's in the ring now. He's got a 5 count to drop that chair. He's got a 5 count to drop that chair. Drops it at 4. Eddie with the head scissors to Randy. Going up top. Frog splash. 1, 2, 3. Eddie Guerrero takes advantage of the confusion as the match was settling back into a tag team contest. What a frog splash to Randy Orton. Your winners, Eddie Guerrero and Bobby Lashley. Oh, a big posture check there. Holy moly, what a match that was. Okay. And the champ went over, which is nice. All right, thank you very much. And time to stretch. Oh, and so I shall stretch. Oh, yeah. All right, 98%. I'm also going to take a sip of water in a second here. I needs it. I needs it. Oh, delicious. Okay. There you go, preemptively. I'll take another one. There we go. All right. So that was Eddie pinning Orton. That was a heck of a match. What a finish, too. That worked great. Now we've got our the finals in that junior title contention tournament. Doop. Let's get to that. As we are going to see in singles competition, Dave Mastiff and Dragon Rojo Jr. The winner is going to face Becky Lynch at next month's show. Without any further ado, let's get down to the finals of the Junior Heavyweight Title #1 Contender Tournament. Hiya! As always, the creature on feature as you stroll down the gnarly wrestling aisle, Mr. Bigfoot signals for the whistle. And this tournament final is underway. Can Dragon Rojo Jr., in front of his fellow countrymen and women of Mexico, earn the right to face Becky Lynch for the GWA Junior Championship and the opportunity to become the first 3-time champion in this company's history? Fun fact, Mickey is the first female to win a tag title with a guy. Awesome. Love those firsts. I believe Becky Lynch is our first... Oh, no. Becky Lynch is our second female junior champion. Kairi Sane is a former champion as well. I have not had any female tag team champions of any record, either tag or trios. Mind you, we only have the trios belts defended once a year in that tournament. We're going to see that next week. Another deathmatch tourney coming your way. Rojo trying to set something up in the corner there with Mastiff. Mastiff, having none of it, has been bullying his way through the tournament. Has Dave Mastiff. I say that only to reference the fact that he has heavily relied on his power game, and you knew he would. I don't know if it necessarily gives him an advantage, but it certainly landed him a spot in the finals as the intense action of Dave Mastiff. Meanwhile, Dragon Rojo Jr., no slouch himself, as we said, 2-time champion, looking for the opportunity to be crowned a 3-time champ. Has that jumping sit-out bomb, some may call the Batista bomb, that he uses to great effect. Also utilizes a top rope guillotine leg drop as a finishing maneuver. Dave Mastiff has that folding power bomb where he power bombs you quite roughly into the canvas and then just leans over you for the pin. Nicely done into the cover there, but only a 1 count for Mastiff. Both of these men know that there is a lot on the line here. A spot at next month's pay-per-view. The main event spot against the junior heavyweight champion, Becky Lynch. As you see an abdominal or octopus stretch here on the floor. That's going to wear down Dave Mastiff, but you're not going to be able to submit the man out there. As now Dragon Rojo Jr. further working on the shoulder joints, the general upper body, certainly the arms of Mastiff with that Rings of Saturn. Or Brutalizer, if you're Pac. Mind you, I feel like the Brutalizer is a slight variation of it. Rojo sent all the way across the ring there by Mastiff, looking to regain control with his power. And use that suplex to try to start swinging momentum back in his favor. But he is thrown across the ring, so Dragon Rojo Jr. can catch a bit of his breath here. Mastiff thinks he has it in the bag already. We're not even 10 minutes deep into this one. Rojo trying to goad Mastiff into the corner. Mastiff responds with a vicious senton splash. Dragon Rojo Jr. says this is it. Setting up for that power bomb. 1, 2. Mastiff out at 2. Immediately into that rolling senton. That's what won him a spot in the finals in the first place. Hooks the leg deep. 2. You can see the flex on the leg of Dragon Rojo Jr. as his leg is being... Hang on, hook. There's that powerbomb we were talking about! Dragon Rojo Jr. escapes. Another rolling senton from Mastiff. Bringing up the heavy artillery here. 1, 2. Dragon Rojo Jr. escapes once more. Rojo's not going to be able to pin him in that position. You can see the toll it's taking on Dave Mastiff as he gets back up here. Yeah, has to catch his breath. Able to hit that backdrop driver first to buy himself some time, did Mastiff, but Dragon Rojo Jr. quickly back to his feet. The resilience of the athletes in the GWA is nothing short of astounding. As both men wisely take their time here, catch their breath, and get back to the fight as we reset at about the 12.5-minute mark. Oh my God! Dave Mastiff's turn to stand in the center of the ring and catch his breath after that vicious brainbuster that sent Dragon Rojo Jr. spilling out to the floor. Vader attack into the STF for Mastiff. Center of the ring.
Give up.
Oh, Mickey and 81, 4 stars. That's awesome. And Tyson versus Dominic for the world title. Let me know how that goes. World's strongest slam by Rojo going up top for the diving guillotine. Into the cover. 1, 2. No, Mastiff rolls the shoulder. Misses the roundhouse lariat. Rolling lariat. Dial it up for Dragon Rojo Jr. Discus lariat is what I was thinking of. Underhook exploder by Mastiff, keeping his chances alive. Just a hammer fist to the face. Here comes Dragon Rojo Jr. off the ropes. Big drop kick to the back. Mastiff lands face first, and then plants him with a brainbuster. Trying to set him up for something. Trying to get him in position. Rojo trying his best. Nice backdrop suplex. Keeping the challenger at bay. Both of these men challengers, ultimately. The other semi-finalist, let's say. And that is it! He stretched Mastiff out and tapped him! Dragon Rojo Jr. has the opportunity to become a 3-time champion! Alright. Impressive run for Dave Mastiff. Impressive run for Dave Mastiff. Nothing wrong with that. The Cobra Twist. Not quite the excitement level I was hoping for, as it's easily the lowest match on the card, but that's okay. We have so much goodwill elsewhere that it's not gonna be a crummy show. So that is your tournament final. Dragon Rojo Jr., the winner, will be facing Becky Lynch. Let me pencil that in right now. That is going to be the other main event, along with Jon Moxley, Eddie Guerrero, in our month 9 show. That's all I have booked so far, that is. Or sorry, Dragon Rojo Jr. Dragon Rojo Jr., Becky Lynch, not Dave Mastiff. What to do, Dragon Rojo Jr., Becky Lynch, and Jon Moxley, Eddie Guerrero. That's what we have next week so far, in addition to the October Trios Tournament of Terrors, which is going to feature 8 Trios teams in a one-night deathmatch tournament. So that's coming up next week. But we haven't finished this show yet. We got 2 more matches to go. The big title matches. First up, our friends in from Ring of Honor, Dak Draper and Shane Taylor. Shane Taylor, a former roster member of the GWA in our first iteration, and what a roster member he was. Really established himself as a power in the GWA by defeating Brock Lesnar in one-on-one competition. That sort of skyrocketed his career in the first iteration of the GWA. Clearly part of Ring of Honor here in GWA Generation 2. But we're happy to have him and Dak Draper along for the ride, as who knows what's going on with these Big Japan tag team titles, because they are currently in the possession of 2 GWA wrestlers, and if the challengers win, the Big Japan belts, tag belts, will be in Ring of Honor. So it's getting more and more complicated as we get down to the ring for this semi-final matchup. Mike won by TKO, punched to the back of the head, and he criticaled him. Yeah, I think he's going to be tough to take the belt off of. I didn't mean to laugh at poor Dom. As we're seeing Dak Draper and Angelo Dawkins for their respective teams starting out here. Dak Draper in the gold, white, and black. Angelo Dawkins in the red and white basketball warm-up gear. More or less. So you see Shane Taylor on the apron in the black and teal singlet. Montez Ford, the partner of the Street Profits, or Angelo Dawkins, Street Profits tag team partner, Montez Ford on the apron of the red corner. They are the reigning Big Japan tag team champions. Well, that's awesome. Sounds like if it was fairly short and then it ended in TKO, I hope it didn't drop the percentage too much. But if it was a fairly long match that ended in TKO, I hope you got over 80 for sure. because I can't imagine a short one that TKO is going to do too well, unfortunately. As now we're seeing the aforementioned Montez Ford in the red and white, and Shane Taylor in that black and teal, representing their respective squads. I don't know if there's much history or camaraderie between Dax Draper and Shane Taylor prior to their teaming up, but they are both here representing Ring of Honor, facing two GWA talent for the Big Japan tag belts. And what a small wrestling world it is. Oof, I got a 58. That's not great, but you're still fairly early in your promotion's lifespan. So the other thing is, as you improve your facilities, your roster like gets stronger. Like anybody that you hire, like their skills improve to the point where like they can't not put on good matches for you after a certain amount of time. So yeah, I figured you meant 58%. Yeah. So just stick with it. I'm sure it'll be good. Mike Tyson's a good choice. That's a fun champ. Good luck getting the belt off that man. My word. You have to find like strikers, like renowned wrestling strikers to go against him, I would think. As now Shane Taylor, at least momentarily, locking up with the other power half of this tag team match. Oof, Angelo Dawkins, the larger and stronger of the two members of the Street Profits. Looks like they're matching him up with Dak Draper for the most part. Some of these tag matches break down into two singles contests when each team is able to get their favored matchup. So we see Dak Draper, Angelo Dawkins seem to be pairing off, and they seem to be trying to pair off Shane Taylor and Montez Ford likewise. Possibly to get the power advantage to Angelo Dawkins against Draper, and the agility advantage to Ford over Taylor. So they're not fighting strength with strength, they're going to fight strength with agility, and sort of have the stronger of the two members fight this large unknown, I would say. I'm not intimately familiar with the work of Dak Draper. Just from his build, so far I'm expecting just an all-arounder. Nice spinebuster there by Angelo Dawkins, and into the cover. Almost puts him down. Montez Ford didn't seem too bothered by it, but Shane Taylor's there to make sure the match continues. Tags on both sides, and now we got Montez Ford and Shane Taylor. Nice double enziguri there by Taylor and Draper. In the GWA, challenging for the Big Japan belts to bring back to Ring of Honor if they're successful. And then we'll try to, if we can, maybe book Taylor and Draper as well as two Big Japan talent to try to get the Big Japan tag belts back where they belong. We'll see. That's all dependent, of course, on whether or not they're successful in unseating the Street Profits, as Angelo Dawkins has taken his sweet time to join his partner, but way to pick your spot as he levels Shane Taylor. Shane Taylor trying to show him how it's done, but Dawkins breaking it up and saving his partner in the process. Bit of mistiming there in the double drop kick, but they nail it the second time around on Draper. There we go. Street Profits rocking and rolling now, as this tag match is broken down in a big bad way. Big Japan known for their hardcore antics. So I would suspect that the Street Profits have assimilated that style to a certain degree. Tags on either side once again. Dak Draper in there with Montez Ford. As against Angelo Dawkins. My apologies. As it seems, at least for the first 15 minutes or so, both teams are sticking with the initial singles matchups, as they were paired off at the beginning of this contest. Nice swinging neck breaker there by Dawkins on Dak Draper. Don't know what to expect of the young man. But Shane Taylor must have chosen him as a tag team partner for a reason. Huge spear by Dawkins going into another cover, but Shane Taylor's going to be there to break it up. Montez Ford has not budged anytime Dawkins has tried to make a pin so far. He must know something we do not. Backdrop driver plants Dak Draper on the canvas, as he's now in there against Montez Ford, much to his chagrin. Oh, hang on. Snap suplex, and he immediately tags out. See, they are sticking with the 2 singles contests, at least for the time being here. Nice double team maneuver there to Ford. Taylor unable to follow up. Quick tag made to Dawkins. Dawkins looking to press the advantage here. He'd be more than happy if these Street Profits retained their Big Japan Tag Team titles. Big shoulder tackle. Dawkins is feeling it now against the big man. Off the ropes once more. Another big shoulder tackle, this time to the back. Oh, I think my Discord is exclamation point DC, by the way. There, I might be able to help you out. Does this do it? There you go. Oh, I need to update the message. That's funny. Obviously, we're not doing our Christmas shenanigans at the moment, but there's a link. Crowd getting into this one is requesting toward 20 minutes, and Dak Draper's being dragged into the championship corner. Up goes Montez Ford. Beautiful frog splash to the back.
20 minutes gone.
Another frog splash to the back, and he rolls him into the pin this time. Angelo Dawkins running interference, and that will do it. Street Profits retain. The potency of the frog splash from Montez Ford knowing no bounds as he's able to pin Dak Draper in 20 minutes and 20 seconds. Visually a perfect match in that respect. In terms of quality, not great, but that's okay. Okay, there. 76. Disappointing, but that's okay. It was a hodgepodge team that I just wanted to do quickly so that I didn't have to actually bring in, just to save time that I would have used bringing in 2 people to face them for the tag team belts. I got 2 people in from the same organization, so I figured, might as well just give them the shot. Okay. Oh, sweet. Yeah, sure. We have a GWA channel in the Discord. You can post them all in there. That sounds fun. Okay. Oh, this is it. We're a little past 10, so we're going a little late, like we usually do. But it is now time for the main event of the evening after the successful title defense. Okay, I'm going to save this. And it is all boiled down to the GWA heavyweight contest. Stone Cold Steve Austin against Hangman Adam Page, one-on-one. And I just have a simple question. Are you ready?
All is ready!
Then let's get underway as we present tonight's main event, Steve Austin, Adam Page, for the GWA Heavyweight Championship of the World. Let me get myself out of the way. Invalid. All right, give me 1 sec. That's no good. 1 second. Hang on. Spies never. Try that one. Yeah, I don't have the full DX clip, but I got that nice one from Spider-Man instead. Let me know if that one works. That one should be one that doesn't expire. No feeling out period between these two. Straight ahead cowboy shiz from both of these gentlemen. One from the Broken Skull Ranch, the other the anxious millennial cowboy. Adam Page, Stone Cold Steve Austin for the biggest prize in our industry, the GWA World Championship. Both men slugging it out. I don't know if you want to match punch for punch with Austin, but Page put him in his place early on here. Off the ropes once more. Page establishing himself with a nice forearm shot here. I would not have given the early strike advantage to the challenger Hangman Adam Page. There are very few who can brawl with the likes of Stone Cold Steve Austin, and now the fight spills out to the floor. This could be where the champion takes the advantage back here. It still didn't work. I am verklempt here. Like I just made a general boop. Send a link to a friend. Expires never. Limits to no number of users. Yeah, it should work. That's weird. But yeah, if you want to like just send me your Discord name and we'll figure it out. See if I can do that whilst I'm commenting here. Or shortly thereafter. Hang with us and we'll get you set up with a Discord regardless. That's wild. There's also a link in the panels on like the Twitch page, but if it's the same as the one that you said was invalid, it's also not going to work, unfortunately. Don't worry, Zach, we'll get you set up. Off the ropes comes Austin. Look at that big Fez press, and now wailing away on the challenger for the GWA title, Hangman Adam Page. We saw Austin absorb the impact of a buckshot lariat in that tag team match last week. Okay, let's see if I can do this quick. Okay, 1 sec. My apologies for ignoring the action in the ring. I think that's right. Is it case sensitive? That's Austin giving the double finger salute to challenger Hangman Adam Page. Sorry to say, Zach, I put in that information as you sent it, and it's not finding anything. Austin continuing to work on the challenger here. Page with a nice follow-away slam, but you can see Austin quickly back to his feet there. Yeah, let's try the second one. I don't think it'd be case sensitive, but we'll try. There we go. That worked. Okay, friend request set, and I can get you added to the Discord lickety-split after that's done. Page now looking for that buckshot. Nails him into the cover. 1, 2. No! Austin rolls the shoulder. Barely survives. Out of desperation, the champion leaping all over the challenger here. Drops the big elbow to the legs. There he is. Hello. There you go. Try to get you all set up. Becky won in a 5-star. Nice. Also, she's up 2-0 in Beth now, huh? Steve Austin retaining center of the ring. handling Hangman Adam Page, once again absorbing the impact of another buckshot lariat. Able to put him away after a low blow. Unorthodox way to finish the match, but that's our champion for you. Steve Austin retains. Kind of dirty the way he did it. Interesting. But anything to keep that title. All right, welcome to the Discord. Title defense for Stone Cold. Let me get my GWA sheet up. So that's going to do it. Overall, an 89 rating. We had 18,000 plus. Let's just double check our notepad here. Yeah, so we just have to double check what these people did, and then we can sort of like, you know, deal with the fallout and scoot on out of here. Okay, let's end this event. Yep. Ethan Page wins the Impact title back, so we can take that straight back to Impact. Perfect. Ah, use Excel. Nice. That's way fancier than I'm doing. If I knew more how to use Excel, I'd probably end up using that, but it's plain old notepad for me. Boom. So we put about 20,500 in an 18,000 seater. So we definitely made back our, like, we definitely broke even, I would think. So we have new NXT Junior Tag Team Champions. Congratulations to whomever those were. El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. is the new Noah Jr. champion. That's fun. We still made about $500,000, which I'm okay with. Ring of Honor has a singles tournament scheduled this month. So does DDT. Tag team tournament scheduled for Impact. So sending anybody to Impact isn't going to get them in any singles match. Good to know. Ba-boom. Year 6 September. Oh, AAA hired Effie. That's fun. They also found Chris in America. That could be anybody. Okay, Gallows dropped the Impact title to Drew McIntyre. We invited Ethan Page to come get the title back. Doc Gallows quits Impact. That's wild. Yagi from New Japan? Sure. I'll say yes. Yuki from DDT. Sure. We can put you against each other. Okay, Yagi and Yuki. Let me put that in here. Yagi in from Noah, I think it said, and then Yuki in from DDT. I have to check them out later. See where they can fit. As we're just sort of just trying to do these last. Who did we send where? Okay, so we're going to start with Kenny Omega, who we sent to AEW. First, let me do my save this. Management. I always do my training center. Prepare immediately, just so I don't want it to let it fall. You know what I mean? Like I don't want it to get crappy. I have the best facilities in the world. That's why we're able to put on such hard-hitting matches and why our roster doesn't fall apart. Like we had it's pretty touch and go for the first couple of years with our hard-hitting style, and people were getting like really close to injured. We had a few minor injuries as well, but we kind of weathered that storm and just kept improving our facilities so that really rare that people get hurt, which is great. So we updated something, did our maintenance. Let's check that. Okay. I'm not going to do personal advice on air because we're already running late. I'm going to do promotion stats, and we're going to just check out our friends here. So we sent Kenny Omega to AEW. Let's see what they did with Kenny Omega. I don't see them anywhere. Sadie Gibbs. I don't think Sadie's with them anymore. Preston Vance. Miro hasn't been seen in ages. I know he's still with them, but he hasn't been seen in ages. I want Miro back on my TV, please. Shug D versus Santana. El Lindaman Wardlow. Big Swole Alley. They didn't even use him. They had an 11-match card somehow, even though I can only book 10 matches. And they didn't even use Kenny Omega. All right. Your loss, AEW. That's just silly. All right. We sent Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels to the WWE after they rejected Bret Hart. Yeah, sure. You can throw it up on the Discord. I'll check it out. Happy to check out anybody else's fantasy feds, Fire Pro feds. Love that sort of thing. Okay. I don't see them. I don't see... Oh, here we go. Meanwhile, in this version of the WWE, Dominic Mysterio is going one-on-one with Nia Jax. So, doing a little better in your world. There we go. Shawn Michaels, Kofi Kingston. That's actually pretty good. Not a great match, but that's pretty good. Pretty good use. Shawn Michaels gets to face Kofi. Then we sent The Undertaker to New Japan. Let's see. Not in the bottom half of the card. There we go. Oh, that's Yagi. That's the guy that wants to come in. Tetsuhiro Yagi gets destroyed by The Undertaker. I'm pretty sure he's a young boy. I don't know why. I don't know why you would do that to your poor young boy against The Undertaker. Destroyed. Okay. Let's see what they main evented with. Okay. Jeff Cobb and Zack Sabre Jr. against Tama Tonga and Shingo Takagi. Gotcha. Kind of a bunch of different factions represented in that one. Okay, we sent William Regal to Impact. Let's check out what they did with William Regal. He had a disappointing match against Willie Mack that he won. All right. That's not going to help. Then we sent Mitsuharu Misawa to All Japan Pro Wrestling. Let's just scroll up. There we go. Misawa jobs to Rob Van Dam. That's interesting. I believe they faced each other in tag team competition in the GWA at one point. And then Kenta Kobashi. Oh, yeah, that's right. It was Misawa and Kobashi versus Rob Van Dam and Bateman from Ring of Honor in a tag team match. That's fun that they put him in singles competition when we sent Misawa over. And then we sent Kenta Kobashi to Big Japan. And what did they do with them? They didn't use them unless they were in the first match. By the way, if you'll just take a look at the bottom there, you'll see that one of the main people that Big Japan hired in this version of their world is Hollywood Hulk Hogan, which I just think is hilarious, who is stinking up the joint in Big Japan. Anyway. All right, so that's what they did with our friends. Didn't use them that well. They never really do. So we are ready to book months 9 and 10 next week. Let's get out of this. Let's do wrestler stats. Anybody hurt that just can't go? Okay, I'm looking at if it says good or normal under condition, I'm okay. And then you combine that with how green their body is, like in that representation of how hurt they are. So everyone's looking fine. This is what having these facilities do for you, because some of these guys wrestled twice in this broadcast and everyone's doing great. Yeah, I'm all the way down. I'm all the way down to the factions here at the bottom, and like a little yellow in somebody's neck here and there, and that's perfectly understandable. Other than that, everyone's doing amazingly. Perfect. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to do personal advice later. I'll do that off air. I'll just make a note for myself. To do check payroll is my note for that in my text file. And yeah, that's probably going to do it for me. Let's go ahead and hit... Actually, let me back out of this and hit this Fancify button. Hiya! Get my big dumb face front and center. So I can thank everybody for watching. We had a couple new viewers today. It was nice to see them. Nice for the... Love the engagement. Happy to have you here. Hope you enjoyed yourselves. And I'd like to thank you for watching, no matter where or when you happen to be. I'm wishing everyone out there chill vibes and clear skies. And if you find yourself in possession of a plethora of positive energy, please share it if you can spare it. And don't forget about your old pal, the Silent G, saying so long for now. We are going to be back on the air Friday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Time with the usual gang of fools, about half a dozen of us, to do pretty much whatever we want at this point, as we are at the very much at the end game of 7 Days to Die. So come see me and my pals take on the zombie hordes tomorrow night starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And until then, ta-ta for now. Let's go find somebody to spread a little love to on our way out of here. Oh, there we go. Let's go say hi to Vert. All right. Thanks very much for chilling, everybody. Hopefully I see you tomorrow evening for some 7 Days to Die. If you're interested in the backlog of the entire Generation 1 and Generation 2 of this promotion, it's all available on the YouTube channel. Just go ahead and go to YouTube and search for my name, Rad Gnarly. You should see my big smiling face. Can't miss the gap in my teeth. And that's how you know it's me. All right. Take care, everybody. Hopefully I see you tomorrow night. Ta-ta for now.